to the channel. I got Danny with me, Shaun. Their YouTube channel is in the description below. That's one reason why it took me a few minutes, fellas. I was getting all your links and stuff, trying to make everything copacetic. So the link to Shaun and Danny's YouTube channel is in below. I believe both you gentlemen have a goal. So believe what your goal is, what, 2,000 by the end of the year, or
yes,
2,000 by the end of the year, and Danny, yours is 1,000 by the end of the year, or
Yeah,
1,000 in general.
Yeah, I'm about 19 away.
My goal was 23,000, and for a while it looked like I was going to reach it by the end of the year, because when I did that
about 6 months ago, Robert, you were on fire. You get like 1,000 subscribers.
It's because news is slow, right? Like my channel focus, my subscriber base don't care about Star Wars. My subscriber base cares about
Marvel.
MCU, and there is no MCU news until Black Widow comes out, unfortunately. So
and after that, like, really, like, what, 2 years?
Yeah, I can't wait for the Disney Plus MCU shows come, because then I'll have content every fucking week to talk about.
Yeah.
So, speaking of Disney Plus, guess what I started rewatching today?
What?
The last episode of Mandalorian. the one I publicly said I do not like.
Yeah, yep.
Look, I do not change my stance on it. Okay, I still think it's a needless episode. However, if someone would take that episode out and put it alone and say, here's a standalone episode, it's fine as a standalone episode.
Absolutely, I agree.
So, but I'm talking about, like, because I think people automatically thought I was bashing the episode, thinking the episode sucked. The episode didn't suck.
No,
it's just the episode, it was unnecessary. That's all I said.
If you are a action driven junkie, then you had to love that episode.
But action doesn't mean anything, though.
I'm just saying that action was what put butts in the seat sometimes.
I know. That's why Transformers made so much fucking money. It doesn't mean it's good, though.
No. I mean, Star Wars fans, like, traditional Star Wars fans, it's the cohesive storylines that connect everything. That's what brings us back, and Mandalorian doesn't seem to have that right now.
No, it really doesn't. Not yet. Like, I'm thinking they're gonna fix that come season 2
for sure.
But I just don't like. I don't know how old. Well, Danny, you're probably the oldest out of all of us, but I don't know if you guys ever watched the Young Indiana Jones TV series.
Oh, yeah,
that's what this is. Each episode is like its own separate thing.
It's all standalone almost, man.
I will say, in the Mandalorian defense, we said this earlier. When Shaun was talking earlier, I believe that Jon Favreau was rushed. He didn't get a chance to put his stamp on it because he's just coming off of Endgame and that Marvel stuff.
You know what I say about that, though? You know what I say about that? And this is a horrible example. I can't believe I'm even using this as example. I need to give up my YouTuber card for even giving this example. But David Ayer only had a few weeks to write the script for Suicide Squad. I know it shows, but at least it all connected. Okay, like it doesn't even like, dude. Do you realize
one scissors, man? Cut it up.
You do like. One line of dialogue could have changed that episode from a standalone episode to something important.
Yes.
Like, all he had to do was say, all he had to do was like look at Baby Yoda and go, "We're out of money, we're on the run, we need to do something." And he's like, "I got a plan." And then he just goes there. Like two lines of dialogue will change it to give a perspective that yes, this is still connected, and that's why they're doing this. Because really, like, so many people are like, "Well, Robbie needs money." Well, that's great that we can think of this, but they never verbally said that to us. We shouldn't have to come up with our own answers.
Yeah, like, Baby Yoda needs diapers. He's smelling up the ship. Let's go. Let's do a space heist.
Yeah, but man, we got 40 people in here already. That's the best we had all week. So everybody coming in, just let you guys know, we got Danny and Shaun with me. Their YouTube links are in the description below. If you guys could please go over, check their channels out, subscribe. We got 8 likes, 43 people watching. So if you guys can hit the like button, because the more you hit the like button, the more the YouTube algorithm, fuck that damn algorithm, but the more people come in and chime in and stuff. So the main topic today, we're going to get back on the Mandalorian. I'm sure that's going to, pretty much go there because super chats is going to lead us to that probably. But I gotta be honest though. What's that, Danny?
So I'm gonna watch it about 6 hours when it uploads.
But I gotta be honest with you though. I've been reading some reviews, like first impressions. I'm starting to get a little worried, man.
Yeah.
The ones you read today were positive, except maybe one or two.
Yeah, but more and more has been coming out because there's been more showings today.
What really is scares me about Star Wars, is that the embargo lifts like 2 days or a day before the actual film.
Does the embargo lift tomorrow or Thursday morning? I think tomorrow.
I think it's tomorrow.
Yeah,
and so the first showings are Thursday night, right?
Well, yeah, because usually that's a bad sign for any movies if the embargo drops the day before or day of because they're trying to hide it. But Last Jedi did too because they were trying to keep stuff secret. I know Shaun don't like that. Well, I know both of you guys don't like that movie, but they were trying to keep a lot of stuff secret. So I'll give them slack for that. I still think, judging by the first impressions, I still think this movie's going to get anywhere from an 85 to a 95.
On Rotten Tomatoes?
Yeah,
easily, because again, I think Rotten Tomatoes, gets kickbacks from not.
Oh my God, you and your conspiracy theories, man!
I need a tinfoil hat. No, but seriously, man. I mean, look what happened when Captain Marvel was dipping.
Because 5 million billion jillion people spammed the shit out of it.
I'm just saying, man. The power that Disney has is unbelievable.
You're crazy. That's a whole other conversation. We're
not even
going to get into that.
No, we won't. But I think. I think that J.J. Abrams is probably doing the absolute best he possibly can, man.
Yeah. Let me get to the super chat and I'll hit on that. I actually believe what you said. I agree with you on that one. Bunda, my boy Ricardo, says, not trolling. I DM'd with someone who saw it today. I DM'd with someone. Well, don't spoil anything. Don't talk shit. Like seriously, if I'm just being honest, if anybody leaks anything or spoils anything, I want my moderators in the comment section to block your ass. I'm just saying, that is fucked up because I had Split spoiled for me and it kind of ruined that whole fucking end of that movie. So if anybody spoils anything, I want my moderators just no timeout, just straight block. Yeah. Just straight block their ass. But yeah, getting back to what you said, Shaun, that you think J.J. Abrams pretty much did the best he possibly could. I think that's true. From the reviews that I've been looking at, 'cause I've been watching. Today was the first day I watched Collider in 3 months, and I watched their movie talk episode where they were going over all the reactions. And there was a lot of bad reactions, and a lot of people are saying the same thing. The first half of the movie is really messy, but the second half is fantastic, and a lot of them are thinking that maybe the first half is so messy because he's trying to retcon everything that Last Jedi did.
They say the same thing about Endgame on some of the people, saying the first half was kind of slow and dry. That last hour.
Well, in fairness, Endgame was 3 freaking hours.
Yeah, Endgame is 3 fucking movies, man.
It's supposed to be 2.5 though, right?
This one is 2:20. It's not longer than Last Jedi.
I know it's not longer than that, but I thought it was 2.5. What I was thinking.
Well, Last Jedi was the longest. I think Last Jedi was what 2:35 or 2:30 something. Yeah. So this one's gonna be 10 minutes short, 10 minutes shorter. So, but yeah, everybody's and when you think about it, you step back and you look at it. JJ's got a lot of shit to do. He's got to fix Kylo because now he's putting his helmet back together. And another reason why it could be messy. Don't forget, he also had to build the first half of the plot. Devolve around Princess Leia, who's not really there.
Yeah,
he's using no one. I haven't heard anybody mention that. The reason why the first half probably feels weird
because she's dead. We know she's dead.
Yeah, because she's dead. They're using recycled footage from Force Awakens. So him and Chris Terrio wrote a plot around that to include her. So that's probably why it feels weird, you know. But yeah, I mean, to be fair, say people said that for Infinity War too. People said the first half of Infinity War was all over the place.
I can't think of the guy's name that's on Champion Show. What's his name? Robert.
Burnett.
Yeah, I want to see what he says.
Yeah,
he gives you pretty good takes and opinions on these movies.
I like Robert Meyer Burnett, but there are 2 people in particular that I'm waiting for, and that's Christian Harloff and Ken Knapsack. Those are the two people that because both to me on YouTube, they're the biggest Star Wars fans I know. Like they know everything about Star Wars. You know, Ken Knapsack, he forgot more than I'll ever know about Star Wars. And he breaks it down by story to story beat. And Christian Harloff, he was, dude, you gotta give that man props. Like he came out and said, like, well, I don't know about Last Jedi. Let me go see it again. He's like, I think I like it. And just slowly, he's like, no, I don't like it. And now he's just like, no, I don't like it. Like for a major YouTuber like him to come out and like, no, I just don't like it. You know, he could have easily lied and said, oh yeah, I fucking love it, man. You know, but
absolutely.
That's what Campia did last night. If you saw, I think I sent you the clip, Robert, and it showed him.
I watched it.
Yeah.
We got another super chat from Ricardo. Not going to say anything. That's why I messaged you earlier. I didn't get a message from you earlier. Well, yeah, Campia came out and you know, because he does that a lot on a YouTube channel now. He'll go watch a movie come out, do like a phone video of his first impressions.
Yeah.
And yeah, I didn't get any message from you, Ricardo, at all. But and he said, like, you know, JJ does a lot of bold things, and some of it works. Some of the fans might really like it, but he didn't like it. And that was shocking to me because this is the motherfucker that said he liked Justice League. Like Justice League. Like but to be fair, like I know that Shaun has like this tin hat theory about Campia, but I'm gonna give him credit for this because he does not like the prequels and he never changed his stance on it. You know, and the same thing with the Clone Wars. So maybe he takes Star Wars more personal, and if he doesn't like it, like he doesn't want to drink the Kool-Aid and say he likes it.
I respect that.
So I'm thinking that, but he did say he's going to see it again later today, which was earlier today. So perhaps, you know, maybe second viewing might, you know.
It might be one
around you can catch things you miss.
Okay, what now? Because you both spoke at the same time.
I'm sorry. I was saying that sometimes you do the second time, you can look at new, fresher things and
yeah.
And it just might be one of those films that you have to do like a couple of repeat viewings just to fully digest and comprehend what they're doing.
Yeah, because the first time you're going to see it, you got your expectations, and then the second time you know what to expect, so then you can take it in and so okay, I got a couple super chats. Let me hit these fucking things. I weren't expecting to get them. Matt 1306 comes in. They say if you like The Last Jedi, you might not like The Rise of Skywalker. That is very important because that brings us up to another topic. Apparently, from what I'm understanding, because I watched John Campia's show earlier today, and one of the persons, like someone sent him a message like, do you think they're going to reverse everything that Rian Johnson did? And Campia said, well, I can't say anything, but that's something that got me mad. He's like, I'll talk about it more in my my full-on review when the embargo list. I have a feeling that they reversed everything. I would even go as far as saying I think they fucking brought Luke back.
Ooh. Well, I mean, that would be an interesting
because everybody's saying bold choices, right? Yeah. And a lot of the people that like Last Jedi, I've seen a lot of their first impressions, and they all kind of make it sound like they just spit in the face of Rian Johnson.
Okay. I think, I mean, as much as I'm not a fan of The Last Jedi, I think that you need to be consistent with your brand, you know. So even though Rian Johnson made a mediocre movie, in my opinion, you need to you need to stick by your previous directors and installments. Otherwise, your canon gets muddled.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of things that there are a few things that I think JJ can do to switch things up and still pay respect to the Last Jedi. The reason why I like The Last Jedi, okay, I'm one of the few, but the reason why I like The Last Jedi so much is because not so much of what's going on screen, but what's going on the theme of the movie. Like the movie's about failing and learning from failure, right? Like I love that theme, right? And the fact that, you know, you don't have to come from somewhere to be someone special, you know? Yeah. So I really like what Ryan, because Rian Johnson really took it and gave it he really layered it, right? You can like what he did with Luke, you cannot, but I think the message behind it was really good. You go back and look at Force Awakens. What was the message of Force Awakens?
Nothing.
the forces reawaken. Okay, there was no message, like no deeper message. Like even George Lucas had messages in the original trilogy. Like Return of the Jedi was even a little thing can still outtake this giant empire if you believe. Like still themes in the original trilogy, and I'm just afraid that JJ is gonna come in and just be like, oh, action here, action here, action here. Kylo put his helmet back. Rey's parents and so on. Like Finn and Rose is gone. I already know Finn and Rose is gone because they covered that in the recent novel. Like Finn just came out and said, "Oh, like yeah, that was nothing. That was just a moment. We talked about it. It's not happening." But like why would Kylo in one movie say, "Let the past die"? Kill it if you have to, and then the next moment he's hot glue gunning his fucking mask back.
But then when we see the clips, I haven't seen him in the helmet. Maybe one time. So
Well,
I said we can see him gluing the helmet back, like you said. But when you see all the clips, I've seen him in that helmet maybe one frame. Rest of the time he's without his helmet, chasing after.
Well, to be fair, if you have Adam Driver, you're not going to hide him behind a fucking helmet.
And see, I think that was one of the mistakes that they made. I mean, the thing that made Darth Vader as menacing as he was always in his mask. As soon as Kylo took off his helmet in The Force Awakens, he wasn't. He lost a lot of his intimidation factor.
Yeah, but to play devil's advocate, and I do agree with you there because every screening I went to when he took off his mask, everybody either like snickered or just like, huh? But no, I agree with you there. But to play devil's advocate, like didn't Jason Solo didn't wear a mask?
Okay.
In the EU and all these people that bitch about the EU not being canon and whatnot, which the EU was never canon anyway. Even George Lucas said that, but Jason Solo never wore a helmet or a mask or a helmet or anything. You know?
I mean, in The Force Awakens, they made him seem like he was so obsessed with Anakin.
Vader, yeah.
And so you would think if he was that obsessed with Vader, that he would try to imitate him, and that would include wearing the mask.
That's what I think the helmet was for, purely imitation.
Yeah, the helmet was for because he was a fanboy.
Yeah,
he was. And basically, he basically took his helmet off to show Rey that he was human. And then, she basically called him out. That's when she pretty much really learned to use the Force was during that interrogation scene. But the reason why he smashed his helmet was because Snoke was making fun of him.
Yeah.
Snoke was like, you're a fucking little idiot. Stop pretending to be fucking Vader. You're not.
I think Snoke, he was told him to take off that stupid helmet or something.
Yeah, he's like, because Snoke was fucking with his ass, So I guess you could say he put it back on and fixed it because now Snoke is dead. He could probably be like, well, now I'm gonna go back to being fanboy. All right, let me get to this other super chat question. Okay, another super chat question comes in from 20 Jackson. What's up, 20 Jackson? What are your Mando rankings? His is 3, 6, 4, 2, 1, 5. Danny, you go first so we don't talk over each other.
I like episode 4. I like 3, 1.
Put them in order. Put them in order.
I can't remember. Okay, I like episode 1.
You want me or Shaun to go first?
Yeah.
All right, Shaun, you got yours. You want me to go?
I think I've got mine. I like 1, 2, 4, 3, and then probably 5 and 6 is my least.
Okay, you got 3 that far back?
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, I like 3, but yeah, it's kind of where I'm at with it right now.
3. So 3 is my number 1. Number 2 is probably episode 1. I love the first episode. I think episode 2 is so I go 3, 1, 2, then I'll put 6, and then I'll put 4, and then 5 dead last. 5 was awful. Danny,
I'm gonna put 6 before 5.
You're gonna put 6 before. So did I.
I mean,
same as his.
Yeah.
But you put 6. Okay, yeah, because
5 was my least favorite.
5 was 5 was the definition of pointless. Like there was not. It was like, hey, welcome to Tatooine. It was like, hey, remember that? Remember that? It was like, hey, it was like it was completely pointless.
Yep.
Oh man,
I'm hoping that 7 will be awesome.
Yeah, that comes out tomorrow or tonight at midnight or at whatever midnight is in
3 a.m.
Yeah, so
3 a.m. Eastern time.
I'll watch it tomorrow. Hopefully, I don't get like 5,000 dislikes in this video. I got to start off with some kind of joke too. I'm gonna be like, this episode fucking sucks, right? Or something. I don't even know. I'll think of something. People automatically dislike it just looking at the opening video, or the opening thing. They don't realize it's just funny. But what the fuck were we talking about? The retconning and stuff like that. Yeah, Danny dropping out on us. All right, I'll wait for Danny to come back. But yeah. So I don't know, man. I'm starting to worry about this movie a little bit. The reviews are all kind of saying the same thing now. That it's pretty much a jumbled up mess in the first half of this movie. And you know what I don't get, Shaun? Like, we have all these characters, right? Why the fuck are we introducing new characters?
There's absolutely no reason to introduce new characters at this point.
Yeah, because they introduced what her name? Zori Bliss.
Yeah.
And
we got a Russell character, right?
Yeah, but like why? Like why would you dedicate screen time to that character and then the other character, the new Imperial? I forgot who he is. He was nominated for an Oscar last year. Oh my God, he was the one that was crying on social media last week after he saw it.
Oh yeah,
forgot the fucking dude's name.
But he was so insignificant to me that I can't even tell you.
He's a great actor, but the thing is, like I don't understand why these movies introduce these characters when you have so many. That's the problem I have with this trilogy. If anything, is there's so many characters we barely know anything about any of them.
Yep.
Like you look at the original trilogy, right? I pretty much knew everything I needed to know about Han Solo in that first movie.
Absolutely.
Right? I don't know anything about Poe except for me reading the comic books and novels.
He's an excellent pilot, is all I know.
Excellent pilot, and he's horrible at management.
Yeah.
Like Finn, what do we know about Finn? Well, he was kidnapped as a child, put it through the Spartan program. He became Master Chief. No, that's not true. But but that's basically what they did. Right? You wouldn't know anything about General Hux unless you read the Phasma novel or the Aftermath novels.
Yeah.
But to be fair, we didn't know anything about Tarkin either.
True.
But just like I don't know anything about these characters. Like I really don't know anything about these characters.
I think that has a lot to do with Disney still being very young with Star Wars and not really knowing how to craft the perfect Star Wars story yet.
Yeah.
They'll definitely get there because it's Disney, but they needed to have training wheels on, I think, for the first
you know what they should have done? They should have tested out a couple standalone movies first.
Yes. They could have done like a Knights of the Old Republic or something like that.
Yeah. And then they're like, hey, we're doing episode 6 or 7, but yeah, the only character we know anything about that we learned anything from in this entire trilogy was Kylo.
Yeah.
He's the only one that got real backstory on what was going on. Everybody else, like Finn was kidnapped as a kid. Rey comes from nowhere or whatever. I'm pretty sure that's getting retconned. Yeah. But Poe, nothing, man.
Do you guys have any theory on who the Skywalker is going to be, or is it
I have 2?
Okay, go ahead.
I actually have 3, but 2 I think are plausible. 1, I think Rey just simply becomes an honorary Skywalker. She takes up the family name, which that's the one I want personally. I would actually, if I get that, I would be happy. Or they do bring Luke back. Maybe there's a plot in the beginning of the movie going, hey, we found a way to bring Luke back. Because I wouldn't have thought this a month ago, but reading interviews, Chris Terrio, who co-wrote the script, is a big fan of Rebels and Clone Wars. And what did they introduce in Rebels? The world between worlds. Where you can go back in time. Like, what if there's a way to do that? And what happens if they use that as a device to change everything Rian Johnson did? Like that would just be insane. Like I said, I don't think that's really plausible. I do think
no one has knowledge of the world besides the Emperor.
True, but
the Emperor is supposed to be in here somehow or somewhere. You know,
don't forget,
or maybe Ahsoka. Ahsoka would know something about it if they're going to show her in there.
We don't know what's in those books she has either.
Yeah,
that's true.
She has those books, and Luke apparently didn't read them. If you go by what Yoda was saying, but yeah. So we don't know. It might just be a device. Like I said, that's really kind of far fetched. I do think she'll probably be an honorary Skywalker. What's up, Christopher? But also, it could be maybe Kylo gets redeemed and he takes on the Skywalker name. And
I could see that.
I was thinking that what would be a really cool twist is if Kylo and Rey switch. Rey goes dark, Kylo goes light.
I was thinking the same damn thing.
Yeah.
Like what happens somewhere midway through the movie? They just switch, because if you read the I know I sound like a nerd, guys. I keep saying if you read or whatever. But
that's good, man.
In the Force Awakens novel, they hint to the fact that Rey has dark tendencies. Yeah. And I remember after that novel came out, a lot of people started doing fan art of Dark Rey.
Yeah.
You know, and everybody thought she was going to turn in episode 8. And then Rian Johnson, just did his own thing. But what if he stays on to that? But the only thing I don't think they would do that.
You discussed this last night.
Yeah, is because it's Disney. And would Disney really want to do that to all the little girl fans? Like, that's like turning a Little Mermaid evil.
Yeah, but they still have a lot of strong female characters that they can focus on.
Not in Star Wars, they don't.
But
they do.
Yeah, they do.
We were talking on the stream earlier today, Danny. If Disney Plus did an Ahsoka live action series,
you know, there's already one technically confirmed, right?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Dr. Afra.
Oh, okay, cool.
Apparently, they're already filming it, so. Yeah, so that would be awesome. But the
other than Ahsoka and Rey, there's no other ones that I can think of.
There's a lot of them, dude.
I mean, Leia has been like the girl power thing since 1977. I mean, I know she's not there anymore.
Really, merchandise? I don't see Princess Leia.
No, you're right. But I mean, Star Wars toys.
To be fair, there wasn't no Rey merchandise for like a year.
Yeah, and. I know Disney, I know that most movies, like these type of movies, are concerned about moving product and stuff like that. But the pure plot device of having, say, Rey is a clone of Palpatine, she's been a clone this entire time. That would be, for somebody who had an issue with The Last Jedi, that would redeem a lot for me. And I'd be like, this is really, really cool, JJ.
And if anything, to be honest with you, I brought this up to Danny too. If she is a clone, which I do believe she is, because the original opening scene was going to be Luke's floating hand in Force Awakens, and it would make Last Jedi more relevant, because remember when she's like, "Show me my parents," it's just thousands of rays.
No, yeah.
It, like that's foreshadowing, So I love the clone idea. I really want them to go the clone route.
Me too.
I will say this, and then I want to get to this next super chat. If they turn Rey bad and Kylo good, the SJWs are going to lose their fucking mind.
And like, I can't wait, man. I can't wait.
They're like, oh, you turn a girl bad, and then the big, strong white man comes in. They're so fucking insane. So anyway, I got 2 super chats popping on. So the 3 super chats popping on. The first one is, do you guys think another trilogy would be good? I will go first, because I've been screaming from the heavens, and we almost got 100 people watching. Holy shit, guys! Be sure to hit that like button. Everybody, hit that like button. So I'll go first. I don't want no more fucking trilogies, man. I don't even think this should have been a trilogy, because they box themselves in a corner. Why does there have to be a 7, 8, and 9? But like, if you didn't have enough movies to tell your story, why box yourself and say, well, you know what? Let's go to an episode 10. Let's go to an episode like you should not box yourself in a corner. And I'm tired of the trilogy format, because we all, whether you like it or hate Last Jedi, If you love it, you're saying, "Oh, this is the best trilogy." If you hate it, you're like, "This trilogy sucks," and we're judging it without even getting the final chapter. I'd rather judge individual movies as themselves, and then if they want to do like an Avengers team up, then do like some kind of Star Wars crossover team up. You know, that's what I want to see. No more trilogies. Trilogies, that's old school thinking.
I agree with that. I think we discussed it earlier today, Shaun and I and Chris. And Chris came with an excellent idea. They should do on Disney Plus. They do a series called Sith and a series called Jedi, and then you pick like
I was saying that with the movies.
Yeah, 3 or 4 of the most notorious Sith and 3 or 4 most powerful Jedi's, and then kind of do them separately and then intertwine and crossover at some point.
That's what I was saying with the movies. I like back when Benioff and Weiss was attached. I was like, wouldn't it be really awesome if Benioff and Weiss focus on the creation of the Jedi and Rian Johnson does the creation of the Sith, and then they do their own separate universes, and then they cross over with one another, and then it'll be like this giant battle. You know, I would love to see that. I don't know about Disney Plus. I'd rather see it on the big screen, though.
That would be epic. I think it's probably more realistic on Disney Plus at this point, but you know, they just the idea of exploring the fact that the Sith were their own subspecies originally, you know, of some, they weren't always human, like their eyes always were a certain color, they always do something. So, you know, to see how they evolved over time, I think that would be fantastic. I think that'd be more interesting than the history of the Jedi, personally.
I do too.
The Sith, yeah. And
But
the best. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I'm with you though. I think the trilogy thing is, for the most part, useless now. I mean,
it really is, man.
You can still tie everything together, you know, like the MCU has done.
The MCU has trilogies within its universe.
Yeah,
you have the Iron Man trilogy, but they don't come out and say trilogy. Exactly. And guess what? Now we're getting a Thor 4. But if they would have said, "Hey, we're doing just a trilogy," then, you know, it's so old school thinking.
Yeah, so like if they create like this really popular character, you know, in the next few years, and they want to do standalones for this character, and then also have this character in like team up movies or something, or saga movies, that's cool. You know, you just don't focus on calling it all a trilogy and having all like everything happen within 3 episodes. That's just like Marvel. That's old school, man.
Marvel was really smart because the so-called trilogies didn't actually match up. But what connected them was the end
Avengers.
The
post-credit scene. But the thing is, this is where DC and Marvel has the advantage over Star Wars. They have team-up comics. So what would you call the Star Wars team-up event? It would be really weird to call a Star Wars team up event, like, you know, so like you have these individual Captain America, Iron Man, because you know it's going to lead up to the Avengers, you know, so they kind of got the upper hand in that aspect. But I want to see the next set of movies either set really far in the past or really far in the future, get away from everything we know, right? And you can keep the planets because I like the planets, but get away from every fucking character we know, start new characters, and then the next movie be a new set of characters, maybe have them cross over with post-credit scene, and then after 6 movies, put them in some sort of team-up movie. What that movie's gonna be called, I would fucking call it Star Wars Episode 10, you know?
If you did like the origins of everything, you know, and you had separate movies for the Sith and the Jedi, and then you had like how in each separate movie, like however movies there are of like the Sith and the Jedi, you see how things are building up and how there is conflict, and then you have this, you build to like the next saga film, the actual like legit saga film where they're clashing, and you actually
maybe create a new saga.
Yeah, absolutely. And then that would actually give us like more of a history on Star Wars.
You know how awesome it would be if they did like the creation of the Jedi, and like we go to the old Jedi Council. And you just have two of the leaders be like, "Yeah, I've been hearing rumblings about this Darth Bane guy. Like, I don't know what the hell he is." And then the next movie, we get a movie about the Sith and Darth Bane, and then they just kind of reference each other in movies. Yep. Yeah, and then you lead up to like Star Wars, whatever the new saga is going to be called, the Darth Bane comes, or whatever the fuck you want to call it.
The Rule of Two or whatever.
Yeah, the Rule of Two for the first, like you could do that shit. Like if we can come up with this shit, how the fucking people getting paid big money can't come up with this shit, But
Shaun and I want to see a Darth Vader movie.
Yes,
I want to see a Darth Vader movie, but I think unfortunately I don't think they're going to do any more standalone movies like that. Like I think all that's going straight to Disney Plus now.
If they did, so everything for me on Disney Plus, as far as the legacy characters go, everything relies on how well Kenobi is. If Kenobi is more of a saga type feel than serialized, then I would be okay with them doing like a Darth Vader series, because there's so much. Like if they would do like a Darth Vader series when he was in his prime, like at the end of Rogue One, that would be lit, man. That would be lit.
I don't think any of you guys read the comics, do you? But the Darth Vader comic, oh my fucking god, dude. Like that, like he is fucking bitches up left and right. Anyway, let me get to these other two super chats. We got over 107 people watching. That's good. You guys, please hit the like button. We have over 100 people watching, only 49 likes. I got Shaun and Danny's YouTube channel in the description box below. If you guys want to go over there, check out their channel, subscribe to them. So Mad1306 comes in with a super chat. Saw some people reaction is Reylo fans will be happy. Is Reylo fans be happy? Look, I don't think they're going to be a romantic relationship. Like they haven't even hinted anywhere near them being in a romantic. Reylo to me is not a thing. No. That to me is like a Twilight level fan fiction shit. I think they have a connection because I feel like they're the opposites of the same coin.
Yep.
Where Kylo is the dark, but he feels alone and he doesn't know what to really do. And Rey is the light, and she doesn't know what to do, and she's lost. I just feel like they're the same coin, but just total opposites. So in that aspect, I think emotionally they're connected as Reylo, but not romantically. I don't think they care at all. Like
it's kind of like that movie Hancock. The closer they get, they are, the weaker they were. The farther away they were apart, the stronger you was. You remember that movie?
Oh yeah, the Will Smith movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of that. Also, the possibility, and this would be a cheap knockoff, but you could say that they are brother and sister separated, just like Luke and Rey.
I was hoping that was that for Force Awakens. Like I was hoping that was the thing since Force Awakens, because if you go back and watch Force Awakens, and I'm actually going to go back and rewatch Force Awakens and Last Jedi tomorrow. When they go to Takadana, whatever the name of that planet is, and Rey's like, I haven't seen anything this green in my entire life, and like Han just kind of like looks at her with like such guilt, like how do we know? And then we had the flashback too, where like Kylo was lighting up all these people, and then he went to go after Rey. Like I always thought maybe that they were brother and sisters, and he went to the dark side, so it broke up Leia and Han, and they decided to. Here's Rey, hide her somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking that he was Jason and she was Jana.
That's the story I thought they were going with. I thought they were just going to change their name, but they would still be Jason and Jana Solo. Yeah. And if that happens, that's my much preferred outcome, But I always liked that idea. I wish they would have, and I think maybe JJ was hinting to that. I just think Rian Johnson, dude, he really changed a lot of shit, man.
He did. Yeah. JJ set everything up. I mean, he had so much outlined for episode 8 and even a little bit for episode 9.
Yeah.
And Rian Johnson just balled it all up and threw it over his shoulder like Luke threw his saber over his shoulder.
Pretty much too, because I give him a lot of shit about them not having a plan for this trilogy, but JJ did have a plan because there has been talks about he went up to Rian Johnson's like, here, this is sort of the outline I was going to go with. And Rian Johnson looked at him like, okay, I'm going to go do my own thing, And like I said, I like the messages he has about failure and learning from failure. But like some of the things, like what he did to Finn, is just why?
I mean, why is it even in the movie at this point the way that they've treated him? I mean,
he's no significance.
Yeah, and I don't like I didn't like Poe's story either. I understood, like, everybody's like, why didn't she just tell him the plan? Well, I understand why she didn't tell him the plan, because he literally just got tons of people killed. You know, it's like if I would do something stupid and my boss at work had a plan, my boss ain't gonna tell me the fucking plan. So I get that, but it still doesn't make sense though. Like it I understand her not telling him the plan, but that whole storyline is stupid.
Yeah,
and it should have been Akbar who sacrificed himself instead of this new character.
Oh my God, Miss Purple Hair.
Yeah.
Holdo, I don't like Holdo. I didn't like her when she was introduced in the novels. She was even worse in the novels because she played like Luna Lovegood from Harry Potter. She talked like, that's the way she was in the novels, in the Princess Leia novel.
Usually the books are better than the movies. I can't believe that.
But well, apparently they try to do it like that in the movie, but it was so bad. They're like, no, just talk normal. So
you see, I like Laura Dern. You know,
I
for ever since I saw Jurassic Park. But when I saw that movie, I hated her.
I didn't hate her. I just looked at her like, what's the point? Like, why? Like you just killed everybody on the bridge. Why did you not kill her? Like, why Akbar? Why Akbar?
Akbar deserved it. He deserved to actually fight the ship. Yeah.
I kept telling everybody, well, the voice actor died, so maybe they're just trying to do it out of respect. But if you're going to respect him, then why not have him sacrifice himself for the resistance to do? Anyway, I got 2 more super chats coming in, so let me get to them. And then I got to go pee real quick, so hold on a second. First one comes, if Disney waited to make a movie, no Carrie Fisher. True. If he's talking about the trilogy, but you can't use that as a thing because no one knew she was going to pass away.
No.
You can die tomorrow. I could wake up dead tomorrow. You can't sit there and say, well, if we would have waited, you know, this person would have been here. This person, you know, like Mark Hamill could have died. Like you can't use it as an excuse.
And they could have explained that like as a death off screen, you know.
Yeah.
So
if she would have passed away before they started the new trilogy, they would have just put it in a crawl with the tragic passing of Leia Organa, you know, the New Republics. That's all. Yeah, so I don't buy that. That's kind of out there. Now you're just operating on what ifs. All right, let me get to this other super chat. It's a pretty decent sized one. I don't see it anywhere though. I saw it pop up.
Was it the $5 one?
Yeah. Oh, I can't put it on screen because you put a word that's not acceptable. But I'll read it anyway. Matt 1306 says Elizabeth Banks said on her reaction that she's seen the best love scene with no sex in it, which I think she's hitting at Rey and Kylo.
Hard pass.
You know what? You don't want to know what I think. I don't believe it's Rey and Kylo.
I think it's gonna be Finn and Rey.
No, I think it's gonna be Finn and Poe.
Oh my Lord.
Because what's the dude's name who plays Poe?
Oscar Isaac.
Oscar Isaac. Yeah, he's been around lately about saying how he wants Finn and Poe to be in a relationship.
So this is why I say it. One, you can frown on it if you want. That's fine. If you're not into homosexuality, that's fine. I don't have a problem with it. But they clearly have a relationship and a bond from Force Awakens.
Sure.
That extended in The Last Jedi.
Yep.
In the novel, I know you guys hate me. I know how much you hate canon, Danny. I know how much you hate it. I saw your video. But in the novel, Resistance Reborn, that just came out like 3 or 4 weeks ago, John Boyega, I call him John Boyega. Finn was talking to Rey, and Poe came over and was like, "Hey, so are you and Rey a couple?" And he's like, "No, we're not a couple. We're just really good friends." And he's like, "Well, what about you and Rose?" He's like, "No, we're not nothing either. We kiss, and that was just like in the heat of the moment sort of thing. And then like Oscar Poe puts his hand on Finn's arm. He's like, well, if you ever need anything, you guys come talk to me. And all through the novel, like Poe just constantly just puts his hand on his arm and just keeps it's very, intentional, I think. So
like how you doing type of
yeah,
thing.
pretty much.
Yeah.
And the way they come around these books is they see the script of the movie and then they write the books to kind of fill in the gaps. So, and Elizabeth Banks, she probably would say something like that if two guys were going out, doing it, but
she's still out there.
They might have just had like a kiss scene or something, but it's the weird thing because I don't think it would come out of left field. I think they've been kind of building it up,
But see, the thing is, if they were to do that to the characters, I think it would be a disservice to the LGBTQ community only because the characters are so insignificant in the movie. So, if they were to do this in a Star Wars movie, I would think it would upset the community because they would think that
I don't, because when I don't mean to cut you off, but
that's cool.
Was the guy that was the director in Endgame? He was on the screen for all 30 seconds, and they were cheering about how he was the only first lesbian gay guy featured in a Marvel movie.
I don't even know who the hell you're talking about right now.
Oh, yeah, the meeting that Captain America was having with the group.
When the Russo brother,
Russo brother,
Anthony Russo, yeah. But no, I get what Sean's talking about. If we're judging it just on Last Jedi, I would agree with you, Sean. But I think they were really building up that relationship in Force Awakens. I mean, he wore his fucking jacket. He was like, "Nah, it looks good on you,"
Yeah.
Like I said, a lot of people are saying at the beginning of this movie is a jumbled up mess, and I think that might be because JJ is trying to put all these pieces together to make it pay off. But I don't know. We got another super chat. I'm gonna run to the bathroom because I gotta pee. I'm gonna dip out for like 5 seconds. So you guys, I don't know, talk about your birthday or something. I'll be right back.
All right. So we're in control here, Danny.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. I mean, if they were to include something like that, I don't care. It wouldn't feel organic at this point. I don't think.
I don't think they have to always put something of that nature in a movie. I mean, I don't have a personal problem with it at all. Not my particular lifestyle choice, but I don't think the point you made was that the LGBTQ community would be possibly feel kind of shysted, but I don't think so. Just like I said with the Russo brother, he was on there for a whole, maybe 30 seconds, 40 seconds at the most.
Yeah.
But the reaction that I read, that how they felt about it, could be compared to the action that you're talking about in Star Wars. So
I could be completely off base on this, but I just from everything that I read online, and of course you have to take everything you read online
with a grain of salt. Yeah,
they always make it sound like they need if there's going to be representation, it needs to be organic for it to be like really accepted. And not shoehorned in. So I don't know. Whatever they do, I'm cool with. I'm going to go see the movie either way. It doesn't matter.
Me too.
All right, so I got a couple more super chats coming in. This one comes from Omega Red. Can't have Star Wars without Darth Vader, so I hate all the movies without him. That's not fair to say. Because 3 of the prequels, 3 or 2.5 of the prequels didn't have Darth Vader in it. Knights of the Old Republic video game didn't have Darth Vader in it. That's just not fair to say at all. Like Star Wars is not Darth Vader. Darth Vader is Star Wars.
Star Wars is so much more than any one character. It's like saying, well, Luke is dead, so we can't make any more Star Wars.
Yeah. And the thing is, right, different people like different things about Star Wars. Like Omega Red might love Darth Vader, and to him that might be Star Wars. But I know people that for them, Star Wars is the Empire versus the Rebels. To
Yeah.
other people, Star Wars is the Sith versus the Jedi. You know, like me, I like lightsabers, so I always go toward the Sith and the Jedi. That's what I like the most about Star Wars. But there are people out there, like older fans, that to them the rebellion versus the Empire, like the actual war aspect, is what Star Wars is to them. So to say Star Wars is not Star Wars without Darth Vader, I don't think that's fair.
You take a get, you look at Rebels, and that'll change your mind.
Yeah. Vader was only in Rebels for one season, but the other 3 seasons were just as good, and there was no Vader in it.
Yep, I think maybe a total of 5 episodes total, maybe.
It's Vader transcends from a person into an ideal, you know, and when he becomes an ideal, it's like Obi-Wan said, "When you strike me down, I'll become much, stronger." And so Vader, even though he had a change of heart at the end, the Empire and the First Order, they kind of look at him as kind of a martyr.
Yeah.
To tell you the truth, after seeing Thrawn on Rebels, I'm leaning towards liking Thrawn more than Vader, because Thrawn didn't have nearly the force power or any of that. But he was still intimidating, and he was
Thrawn's fantastic,
crazy smart.
I would love in The Mandalorian, if season 2 comes around, they introduce Thrawn.
Yeah,
like, because I don't know if did you watch Rebels, Shaun?
Yeah.
So because at the last episode, he gets teleported back to the unknown regions or whatever. So that's where he was during the original trilogy. They could easily bring him back somehow. They would have to explain, like, with Ezra and everything, like, what happened. But like, that would be awesome if Thrawn came and he's hunting down the Mandalorian and trying to get Baby Yoda. Like that would be like great, But Star Wars has so many great characters. To say that Vader is the main guy, he just kind of, like you said, he kind of transcended.
Yeah.
A lot of people, Darth Maul is that guy. You know? So yeah,
Darth Maul was my favorite for a minute, buddy.
Darth Maul was everybody's favorite for a minute.
Ray Park is just crazy good, man.
Yeah, he really is. Best part of Solo. Okay, so I've seen a bunch of super chats come in. I'm trying to hunt them down. Here's one from Chris, but I've seen 2 other ones I just want to get out. Ty came in with $1 super chat. Ty Skywalker, thank you so much for your contribution, or that's not even a word.
It is now.
It is now.
Yeah, it sounded good. It sounded good.
I like it.
Dark Side Doshi comes in with another $1. Thank you for contributing. And Christopher comes in with a super chat, and he writes, "There is a transgender in Far From Home, one of Peter's classmates." I don't even know. I try to forget everything about that movie. I don't recall
that.
I remember there being, I thought at the time, just a very feminine young boy. But
is it Flash Thompson? Because that would explain a lot. That would explain so much,
no doubt. But I don't remember, like, specifically a transgender character. But I mean, I believe you. I do. But when I'm in a superhero movie, I'm not looking for social cues. I'm looking at the story and the action.
Say that again.
The best social stuff is the one that blend into the story and you don't realize it until after the movie. You're like, oh, that kind of the Star Trek, what was it? Star Trek Beyond, the recent Star Trek movie that Simon Pegg wrote, right? They introduced Solo being gay in that, or Sulu being gay in that. It was very subtle. He just had his daughter and he put his arm around his husband. They didn't make a big deal about it. They didn't throw it in your face. It was just like, oh, okay. That's the way it needs to be done. Not 2016 Ghostbuster style, all in your face, shooting the ghosts in the balls, calling men stupid. And like, no, you have to be subtle with it, man. Like, Jesus. That's what kills me about some of the social justice stuff. I remember when this is completely getting off topic with Star Wars, but one of the reasons why I stopped watching Collider, other than the fact that they fired all their good talent, when Game of Thrones season 8 came out and they killed Dany and Jon Snow was, getting ready to go on his trial or whatnot, John Roca's like, it's not fair for a group of men to decide the fate about what happened to this woman and all this stuff. I'm like, bro, why are you bringing this into it? Like, what the fuck? She just slaughtered an entire fucking city of people. Why are you bringing men versus women? That has nothing to do with what's going on right now.
She's got to have a pass because she's a woman, Yeah.
Dude, I used to be a massive fan of Roca. I can't stand to listen to anything he does anymore because he always brings it back to men versus women and masculinity and all this stuff. And I remember one time Christian Harloff went off on him with it, man, because when Christian Harloff came up with the clone theory on Jedi Council, he's like, I think she's a clone. This is why, if you read all the novels, this all leads up to it, right? And Roca's like, well, do you think it's fair to take the only strong women character and make her? And Karloff's like, if it fits the fucking story, yes. Sometimes you need to stop worrying about that shit and just focus on your story. Now we know why Harloff doesn't work there anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if the SJWs were around in the time of there was a countess that inspired Dracula. Allegedly she bathed in blood, to retain her youth.
Yeah.
She was a serial killer that did all that. So, if this culture was around back then, she wouldn't have been a villain. They would have been like, it's okay. It's okay. Why are you persecuting her? The man is the problem.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, and this is getting totally off topic with Star Wars, but we'll jump back on the Star Wars though. But the thing that kills me is, I understand that women hasn't really been represented a lot, and other races haven't been I understand all that. I really do, and I think we're doing good ideas to get around. But I don't see why bashing another gender or another race helps the other race or gender get it does it. Like in 2016 Ghostbusters, what did it benefit to make every man character dumb and shoot the ghost in the balls in order to defeat it at the end? Right? If that was a movie about a group of guys, like having they never made Janine stupid in the original Ghostbusters movie.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine if she would have came out as a blonde bimbo going, "Hey, Ghostbusters! Oh, I got no lenses in my because I'm a dumb blonde with big ass titties." They didn't do that, but they did that in 2016 Ghostbusters with Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah.
Janine went toe to toe with Venkman on everything. Snark.
Yeah.
Come on, no. She was not to be trifled with. Now they kind of
on a cartoon she was kind of silly.
Yeah, part 2.
They all were though.
They were trying to make it more like the real Ghostbusters cartoon.
Yeah.
But yeah. Have you? I don't mean to take us off course any more than we already are, but have you seen the most recent interview with Gal Gadot? Where they tried to get her into saying, Wonder Woman 84, girl power. And she's like, no, what we need to do is, we need to empower, young girls and also young boys and, somebody who's actually making sense,
Yeah. That's the way it needs to be done.
Yes.
Like you can represent everybody. Just don't put the other people down.
Exactly.
So anyway, back to Star Wars. Yeah, Kathleen Kennedy, I hope you listen to that.
Exactly.
She's got to go, man.
Oh,
she's got to go. As much as I like the sequel trilogy, the only movie I haven't really liked was Solo. But I had to go, Kathleen Kennedy's got to go, man.
I think she is.
I think after this movie, I think maybe 6 months from now or maybe a year, we'll find out that she stepped down.
Okay, Jon Favreau just waiting in the wings.
I think they're gonna make Jon Favreau the Kevin Feige.
Yep. Yeah, I think there's probably already a deal that's being negotiated right now.
Yeah, from what I understand from listening to Force Center and stuff, apparently when Bob Iger bought Lucasfilm, he didn't want Kathleen Kennedy, but since George Lucas already made her the heir of him, they were kind of stuck with her.
Mm-hmm.
So, she lied to his face, man. She lied to his face.
Dude, I'm going to tell you something right now. Kathleen Kennedy is the most fake-ass son of a bitch you'll ever meet in your life.
Shark eyes. Oh, my God.
Me, Adam, and Autumn were in the stand at Star Wars Celebration Orlando when they did the Carrie Fisher tribute. And George Lucas got up there and he was talking, emotional, tears and everything. She gets up there and reads everything off the fucking teleprompter. Every fucking thing she said was right. Me and Adam was just looking like this, looking at her, looking at the teleprompter, like, is she seriously reading everything off the teleprompter?
Because she doesn't know a damn thing about the franchise.
That's my biggest problem. Is she a good producer? Yes.
So why would George Lucas put her in there if he didn't know what she was doing? That doesn't make sense to me.
She had a history with George, working back, in the 80s. So,
and I think George also left her there because I think George thought she was going to continue his stuff.
Yes.
Because there's an interview. You can see the interview where she's like, it's important to me that these characters are justice and they move on with these characters and everything George built. Like, she's putting her arm on him and everything. And then, like, what happened? They completely just shredded his fucking treatment.
Yeah, that's the interview I was talking about, where she lied to his face. She's like, we're going to take the treatments. We're going to do this. We're going to honor his babies. And, oh, my God.
So another thing, since we're talking about George Lucas and Kathleen Kennedy, I haven't really looked into this. Geeks and Gamers are the only one that talked about this, but I didn't click on their video because I was afraid they were going to spoil with the leaks, because they talk heavily in the leaks. I'd stay away from that shit. Yeah, but apparently George Lucas was banned from the premiere?
Yes.
So
I didn't hear banned. I heard uninvited. What I heard.
Uninvited is pretty much banned.
Oh, yeah. I mean, even if he was uninvited, that what a sign of disrespect, man. I mean, but could it also be
a favor? Because he probably said, "What if I get set up and clap this and it's a total disaster?"
Exactly. Because if George Lucas is at the premiere, they're gonna tote him out as the golden boy. George, do your lap, think about, and then George has got to smile through a movie that might be a piece of crap in his opinion.
But he did that with Force Awakens, though.
I know.
Like in Bob Iger's book, they even said that
his lesson.
But like in the Force Awakens, like when they showed him the movie before the premiere, he's like, I don't like it. It's like garbage. There's nothing new to it, right? Yeah, he still showed up to the premiere. And this was I can't remember if this was before or after. He called Disney white slavers,
Yes, he did.
So I just felt that was really, really odd.
Well, if the rumors are true and they called him in last minute to help, retcon the script for this, George may have just gotten so fed up with all of the way Disney is doing the treatments to Star Wars. Maybe he said some choice words to the powers that be, and they're just like,
maybe.
You know what? You're just not on the list, buddy.
Well, what about this, right? I think something that you said might be true. What if the rumors were true, and they did bring George Lucas in to consult with it, and he gave him ideas, and then the finished product, they again didn't use any more of his ideas. Yeah, and then he's like, you asked me for help, I give you help, and you still didn't fucking do it. And he's like, you know what? Fucking leave me alone. So that might be possible.
Yes.
Yeah, that sounds possible.
And I can't blame him if something like that were the case, and you were like blowing up my phone asking me for my input because I created this world, and then you totally disregard my ideas. Like, middle finger to you guys.
Yeah, because that happens to me at work, right? Like, I'll have someone come and say, hey, how do you do this and this? And I'll be like, well, this is how you do this and this. And then they'll go to the person next to me and ask that person how to do it. You literally just fucking asked me, and you go like, fuck you, I'm not helping you next time. Yep. We just got a super chat coming in. Nice. But I think they're going to stay silent about it until after the movie's released, and I think probably next week we'll find out why he wasn't invited.
Oh, we're going to find out.
Yeah, we'll find out some one way or another. It's 2019. Everybody finds out everything nowadays. Just ask Bill Cosby. Dark Side Doshi comes in with a pretty big super chat. If they make a new trilogy in 10 years, we already decided we're not doing trilogies no more. Fans will go back and love 7 and 9. I agree with that because it's a recycle, hate new trilogy, and realize the old trilogy isn't as bad as they thought. So I agree with you, but not really agree with you. So the prequels got a lot of hate when they came out. Okay, a lot of hate. People who said they didn't hate it, well, if people said there wasn't hate, that's a lie because there's a whole documentary about it. And that's the reason why George Lucas sold his fucking company anyway, because of the hate he was getting. Ahmed Best, who played Jar Jar, almost committed suicide because of the hate. You know, the reason why I think the prequels are looked at better now is because the kids that grew up with the prequels are adults now. Just like 10 years from now, the kids that grew up with this trilogy will be adults. So that's the way I look at it. I like the prequels. I was 16 when episode 1 came out. And I liked it. I thought it was a little slow at the beginning, but I thought the end was fantastic. Attack of the Clones, I know a lot of people hate. I love that movie. You know?
I like the prequels better than the first 3.
The first one, the prequels go against everything that Disney's saying now that Star Wars is for kids. You know, especially episode 1. There's so much technical stuff with the Senate. You know, that would just fly over a child's head. The lightsaber battles in those movies were the best lightsaber battles I've ever seen.
But to be fair, I like how you brought up the Senate, like how that went over people's head. Okay, I remember when I was like 5 years old, I saw A New Hope for the first time. You know, and Tarkin comes in and is like, yeah, the Emperor just got rid of the Senate. The old Republic is no longer. I had no idea what the fuck that meant.
Exactly.
I just meant all I knew was, lightsabers, X-Wing. That's all I knew. Star Wars is for a younger audience to teach them basically the morality of good and bad, but they also have deeper meanings for the adults too. You know, I had no problem with the taxation and all that stuff. If anything, I didn't understand it, but I wanted to understand it, because you can't talk about the fall of the Republic and the rise of the Empire unless you have politics added into it.
Exactly. And as far as being a kid goes, you're going to take away from the movie whatever it is you take away, and there's a toy line, and you're going to apply however you understand the storyline to the toys when you're playing with it, and that's all that really matters.
Exactly.
My brother was really young when episode 1 came out. I think my brother was like 5. And dude, all he cared about was fucking Obi-Wan, Qui-Gon, and Darth Maul.
There you go.
Just like when I was his age, all I cared about was Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader, you know? And 10 years from now, the kids growing up now, all they're going to care about is Kylo Ren and Rey. They're not going to care about the Resistance and, you know, all this shit, man. You know
what? I think it's actually a very smart investment idea to buy up the Star Wars figures for this trilogy, because I mean they're just going into obscurity so quickly. In 20 years, man, these things might be worth a lot of money.
You're right.
Yeah. But as the answer to your question, Dark Side, I don't think 10 years from now the people that hate this trilogy will like it. I don't think that's it at all. I think the generation that grew up with this trilogy, if you don't like it now, you're not going to like it 10 years from now. John Campea hates, you know, Shaun's boy there, John Campea. He hates the prequels. It's been like 20 years. He still hates the prequels, you know. I
don't know how you could hate the prequels. I just don't.
You have people that flop. Mark Riley. I don't know if you guys know who Mark Riley is. He's on Collider. He's on a show called Rule of Two. This motherfucker was in the documentary People vs. George Lucas, bashing the special editions, bashing the prequels. Right now, he's on Rule of Two, going, "Yeah, I like the prequels." You know, I'm like, "Really, motherfucker? I got you on fucking DVD, proving that you said that you hate the fucking prequels." You know. And I love how everybody's like, well, the dialogue fucking sucked. It was so bad. The dialogue in Attack was so bad.
No, it wasn't.
I was like, George Lucas did that on purpose. He wanted to make feel like a 1930s romantic, you know, like a Shakespearean thing, man. Yeah. It's like it was everything was done on purpose. Like if you ever watch the back, if you get the DVDs. They have a lot of little mini documentaries, and George Lucas is even going like, "Look, I know this ain't practical, but I want it to be like Shakespearean and romantic, like, you know." It's like, I know it's not practical, but this is the way I want to do it. I want to kind of go this artsy way with it. So when Padme's like, "Before I die, I truly deeply love you," I'm like, that's something you would see like in a play back in the 1930s. You know,
very Shakespearean, man.
Yeah, and that's the thing with George Lucas. The reason why George Lucas wasn't a fan of Force Awakens was they didn't take those type of chances.
No.
You know, George Lucas was like, "Look, I'm going to take this chance," you know, and he got shit for it. But I mean, I don't know.
But it was George Lucas's franchise to take risks with. I think that was the biggest difference between, you know, the prequels and the sequel trilogy.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't think I really like Force Awakens, but the movie really didn't take any chance. It was basically just
Rehash.
Yeah, it was a lot of rehash. There was a lot of new, but there was beat for beat. The story was pretty much the same. Darkside Doshi says Dragon Ball Evolution is by far worse than The Last Jedi. Well,
yes,
I like that movie, and even I will say that. It's a guilty pleasure for me. I'm not saying it's a good movie by any means, unless you go back and watch that video I did like 15 years ago. Where I'm like, Dragon Ball Evolution is a good movie. Yeah, I was like fucking 22. I don't remember what the fuck. I was technically still on the tit.
If we're making like comparisons like that, I mean, Last Jedi is freaking Gone with the Wind compared to Teen Titans Go to the Movies.
I love that movie, man. Titans Go to the Movie is so batshit crazy. I laughed so much in that movie. It was my favorite DC movie of that year. But you know what else? I'll come out and say this. Some people might hate it, but I actually think the prequels are more rewatchable than the original trilogy.
I definitely agree with that.
Like
the technology was there, where there was more visually stimulating things. You know,
the pace was faster too.
Yes.
Yep.
You know,
the power racing, the fight on Camino, I like all that stuff.
Because I get in like a Star Wars mood. I always go back and watch a Star Wars movie at least once a week, right? Normally, the ones I always pop in is either Revenge of the Sith or Attack of the Clones. You know, I always pop like Revenge of the Sith. I think I'm going to see that movie more than any of the Star Wars movies. Like, it's always so rewatchable, you know, whether it's Obi-Wan and Grievous and Palpatine versus Yoda. Like, there's so much to watch in it. Some of the special effects is like, sometimes, you know, you got floating heads on top of clone troopers or whatnot. But like, because right now, I'm trying to go through all the Star Wars movies before Rise of Skywalker. I got through the prequels. I got through Episode 4, and now I'm at Empire. You know, everybody's favorite movie, Empire. I really don't want to watch Empire. It's so long and dreadful.
It is.
It's kind of dry in spots.
I enjoy Empire a lot, but yeah, I can understand. There's just not as much
Excitement
on the screen. Yeah, excitement.
Yeah, it's just I know if I'm in it, I'm like really in it, you know, and I'm like, I almost felt like skipping it just to watch Return of the Jedi. And Return of the Jedi is sort of like that too. I think the first beginning on Tatooine was good, and then the last battle at the end was really good. The middle is like, you know. But I do think, yes, Bunda, I do think Empire is overrated. Is it great? Yes. Is it overrated? I think so.
For sure.
Yeah, my number one is still A New Hope. But I'll tell you one thing, A New Hope would not be number one if it wasn't for the prequels and what it did for that movie. The prequels elevated that movie, you know? Because when
Rogue One even elevated that movie to an extent.
What did?
I think Rogue One, the fact that it happened simultaneously, essentially, I think it elevated A New Hope.
Oh,
it
absolutely.
did.
But like, because now when you go back and watch it with the prequels and Rogue One in mind, when Obi-Wan, like when he asks him about his father, like you don't even need to see flashbacks. We got it in our head. We can just see everything that happened in the prequels. And then when Obi-Wan's just sitting there going, just gives him that look, you know, and that's why A New Hope is number one for me, just because all the back stuff we seen elevated. And Rogue One did a fantastic job elevating that. I always do a double feature when I watch Rogue One. I always watch A New Hope right after. We got another stupid chat. Don't be yawning, Danny. Get some coffee.
Man, I had a long day, boy. I told you about my PT test.
The thing kicked my ass this morning.
Mad 1306 comes in with a super chat. My favorite Star Wars is the third movie out of the trilogy. Hopefully I like Rise of Skywalker to continue the streak. I don't like the second out of all the trilogies. You know what? You kind of bring up a good point, because I think we can say Revenge of the Sith is probably the best of the prequels.
Yes.
Yep.
A lot of people think Return of the Jedi is the best of the original.
I do.
I don't.
Is way more rewatchable than Empire.
Yeah. So maybe Rise of Skywalker will be that for this trilogy.
Yep.
And I actually like what he said about the second movie out of all the trilogies being sort of like the weakest, because Last Jedi was a pretty slow burn movie. Empire was a slow burn movie. Up until the clone battle scene in Attack of the Clones, that was a pretty slow burn movie.
You're right. Like the beginning of Attack of the Clones, it started out like pretty much with the bang, when they're like chasing
Coruscant. Yeah.
And then after that, it was just kind of like slow burn. But I never thought about it that way, man. That's a great point.
Yeah. And I'm hoping, dude. I'm super excited for Thursday. I really am. You got your ticket? I bought my tickets 2 weeks ago. I got them in my Star Wars Saga Blu-ray case for safekeeping. That way I know they're there. And I'm gonna get to the third. Like, I don't have side seats at this theater, but I'm gonna get there like an hour early, get my seats, and I'm gonna go in expecting first half jumbled up, kind of a mess. And I'm hoping that I keep hearing fan service a lot. I think Danny had to step out for a second. He'll be back. But I keep hearing the word fan service a lot, and I'm kind of worried what that means, actually. That's why I thought there might be a possibility of Luke coming back.
You have to be careful with fan service because a little fan service can go a long way. You just don't want to just overdo it.
Endgame did it perfectly.
Yes. Absolutely. I agree 100%.
Avengers Assemble. Like, that's fan service, and like all the little things they did, it was like there was a lot of fan service in that movie, and it fit the plot,
The last hour was just fantastic.
Oh, absolutely. Dark Side Doshi says, spoiler, Ray parents as Jar Jar and Jabba the Hutt. How would they give birth to a human child?
Oh, Lord.
If that's true, they made one sexy
right?
Yeah.
Right. You know what I want to see talking about Jar Jar and fan service? I don't want to see Jar Jar because I know what happens to Jar Jar in canon anyway, but I would like to see a Gungan. If they're going to assemble all these ships at the end to take on the Empire or the First Order or whatever, and they're all running on horses and shit, I would like to see a Gungan. They come from the home planet of Palpatine. Palpatine fucked them over just as much as they fucked anybody over. Yep. And they're a warrior race. Like, I would love to see the Gungans join the battle, man. I think the Gungans get a lot of bad rap, and I would love to see just have them represented, just one character,
Jar Jar was the only Gungan that I had an issue with. The rest of them were fine.
Yeah, it's just like the humans, like us, like we're all pretty normal, but every once in a while you'll have Jimmy over there looks like a fucking retard. It's just Jar Jar was the retard of the Gungans. It's okay. He's special.
Did the Gungans travel in space? I only saw them in the water and on land. Did they have spaceships?
I'm pretty sure they can borrow one from Naboo. They're not stupid. And Gungans do travel in space because in the novel, here we go with canon again, Danny, your favorite thing. In the canon novel, Last Shot, Han and Lando go to the space station and there's a Gungan there. And Han's like, hold on a second, I'll take care of this. So Han goes and approaches the Gungan and he goes, Misa, and then the Gungan's like, let me stop you right there, buddy. We don't all talk like that. It was funny because it's just like a straightforward talking Gungan. He's like, how many Gungans have you talked to? Because we all don't talk like that. So, so if there's a Gungan at a space station and there's Ewoks in space station and somehow Jawas can go from planet to planet, I'm pretty sure a Gungan can do it.
Speaking of Ewoks, man, I mean, if this is going to be like the big send off of what we know of Star Wars, I would love to see an Ewok too.
Oh, no. Okay, so I don't want to spoil this for anybody. I don't want to see this isn't leaks or nothing. This is stuff they put out promotional. A couple weeks ago, they did the Generations TV spot featurette, and in the clip, it showed Warwick Davis as Chief Wicket. It wasn't Warwick Davis back then. It's him now. It's him now. So
that's Willow, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
He played Wicked, who was the one that was with Leia the whole time.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we're gonna see a bunch of Ewoks, but I am almost 99% sure we're gonna see him. And the reason why I think we're gonna see him is because the Resistance is on the run. Right now, the First Order is gathering all the high leaders of the Resistance and imprisoning them. So in order to hide Leia, I think they would just say, hey, let's go back to Endor where the Ewoks can pretty much hide her. So yeah. Did we have another super chat come in? Or did I already get to that one? Oh no, wait, yeah, hold on. I didn't get to that one. Hold on. Where'd it go? Oh, here we go. Dark Side Doshi comes in with a super chat. What if Emperor is actually Jar Jar using a voice changer the whole time? like Ghostface. I would get a clap and yell, Disney got the balls. Disney would never do that.
Well, there was actually speculation going around the time of
I know you're talking about Jar
Jar.
Jar.
About how Jar Jar was supposed to be the Sith.
Yeah. I actually, if you read that theory, like if you go to the Reddit post, like that dude who came up with that theory, he goes in a lot of details and actually made me go, well, maybe he's fucking right, but there's no way Disney's going to do that because in Force Awakens, they wanted to stay away from the prequels. Like they didn't want to touch the prequels with a 10-foot pole. And then in Last Jedi, they referenced it a little bit more. And I think they're going to really embrace the prequels in this one. And I think that's why John Campea don't like it.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. John Campea.
But your boy, John Campea. Yeah, because I think that might be the reason why he doesn't like it because it's gonna be a really prequel heavy, man.
What's his big beef with the prequels?
He's one of those OG fans that think the original trilogy is the best and nothing's ever gonna outdo the original trilogy. And he's like, he's one of the ones that like, the prequel, the dialogue sucks and the acting is awful. And like I said, George Lucas did all that on purpose. But I mean, you got people like that. I got to give the man props. He never backed off it though. He continues to say it. Everybody now is like, oh yeah, I always loved the prequels. No, the fuck you didn't, Mark Rowley. Shut up. I can literally pull up the fucking People vs. George Lucas and show you that Mark Rowley was bashing the prequels.
They had to grow on me, I have to admit. I didn't hate them, but I've learned to appreciate them more as I've grown with them.
It's weird.
Just like what Rob said earlier, Empire Strike Back kind of ruins it for me for that prequel because it's like he said, it's just slow and kind of tedious to watch. And I think all three of the prequels are better than that. So that's why.
Well, I wouldn't fucking, we on cocaine. I wouldn't say the prequels are technically better than Empire. I said
I'm saying the story wise.
I think they're funner to watch. But
that's what I'm trying to say.
I still think technically Empire is probably the greatest made Star Wars film in a technical aspect. But I think the prequels are funner to watch. But the thing is, I didn't know because, like I said, I was 16 when it came out. I didn't know the prequels had hate. I didn't know there was people that hated it because I wasn't online. Yeah, I wasn't online every day. It wasn't until after Revenge of the Sith that a friend of mine came up to me like, "What do you think about all the hate George Lucas is getting for Revenge of the Sith?" I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Right? And he showed me like things on the internet where people just hate everything about the prequels. I'm like, I had no idea this was a thing. I
didn't either.
Because this was before the internet was like what it is today.
I didn't realize he sold his business because of that until I started talking and communicating with you.
Yeah.
That's pretty powerful.
That's sad, man.
Yeah, that's really sad.
Because he even said it in an interview. I think it was when he was doing that 60-minute interview when he was like, why would I continue doing it when you got people telling you can't do this and you can't do that? He's like, that's not what I like to do. It takes the fun out of it. Like he likes to experiment. Every one of George Lucas's movies has always been an experiment. Whether you're watching THX 1128 or whatever it was, then he was challenged to do American Graffiti and he did that. And then he wanted to do Star Wars. And he didn't want to rehash the original trilogy. He wanted to do something different, and he would have done the same thing with the sequels. You know,
I would have loved to seen his vision.
dude, I'm telling you right now, his sequel vision would have been batshit crazy. I'm not even bullshitting, dude. Like it was gonna delve into like the metachlorians and the wills inside the metachlorians, and
I think that would have probably gotten more hate than the prequels. But to your point, though, like when you're talking about the hate for the prequels, that was back before Star Wars was like fractured like it is, with the fan base. You could actually, Star Wars fans, whether or not you like the movie or not, you could sit down and you could have a conversation like the three of us are having right now. And now you can't do that because, opinion, there are no opinions, only facts now,
Yeah.
And
you want to fight if you don't agree.
I need to get you with my buddy Chris Knight. He shares a lot of your opinions. He loves The Last Jedi, and I think you guys would have. He has a lot of insight on Star Wars.
Yeah, Chris is cerebral, in my opinion, on some of his things. What you talked about today on our earlier on stream, he was breaking it down. So man, he's delved into it a lot more deeper than I've ever dreamed of delve.
Is he up? Can we get him in here?
No, he's not up right now.
Okay, but to me, it's just the fan toxicity in fandom in general. Because now they have a louder a larger platform, and they're louder. It's like look at the DC and Marvel stuff, man. DC fans hate Marvel, Marvel fans hate DC, and they're being toxic back and forth. Remember when well, I don't need to bring this up, but when Captain Marvel came out, it's like people were just like bashing it and even what you call from Shazam came out in a video. Like, hey guys, you need to stop. We're all here. You can like this, you can like that. I can understand. And I was telling I had a coffee with Drunk 3PO, and we were talking about like, what do you hate about Last Jedi? What do you like? We were talking back. We're just having a conversation. But I think when you start attacking the directors and the actors is when you've gone too far.
Absolutely.
They're
just doing their job, man.
Yeah. As much as I didn't like 2016 Ghostbusters, I didn't fucking tweet Paul Feig or Leslie Jones and say fucking die. Like when Rian Johnson's Knives Out came out and the trailer came out, like everybody just rushed over there to thumbs down it and leave shitty ass comments. Like Knives Out has nothing to do with Star Wars. Stop being fucking toxic about it.
Define attack, because I hear a lot of people they're killing Kathleen Kennedy. I mean, it's a verbal attack to
me, I think it depends.
What's up, Terrence? I think it's okay to do what we're doing, right? We're talking amongst ourselves where we're not screaming, we're not yelling, but when you start invading their Twitter feed and everything that they do, and I don't want to call anybody out, but there's a group of people that are like, well, we don't like how Rian Johnson called out the fans. You guys called him out first. He just made a movie. If you didn't like it, you don't have to go see it, okay? Like, Rian Johnson made a movie. You have every right to go on YouTube or go on Twitter and say, I don't like this movie because X, Y, Z. You can even go on there and say, Last Jedi fucking sucks. You have all right to do that. But once you start tweeting him and harassing him, he has every right to defend himself. It's no different if you're on the street and someone comes up and starts punching you in your face and you just stand there. You have every right to defend yourself at that point. That's true. So for all these people going, well, I don't like how Rian Johnson handled the fans calling everybody man babies. You guys kept verbally attacking him and tweeting him. Like, is he supposed to just sit there and take it? And then their response is, well, he should have thought about that before he got into movies. That's not why he gets into movies, to get fucking attacked.
That's correct.
I think this all started, the earliest I remember this whole movement starting was for Ghostbusters 2016. And, there were a lot of bad comments that were made just because of the female cast, but the majority of the comments made were just fans that were disappointed that they weren't passing the torch. It had nothing to do with an all-female cast, But that's when Hollywood decided to label everyone misogynist and sexist. You know, that's when they started. That's the very first time I remember ever Hollywood coming straight for the fan base.
Yeah. Let me get to this one super chat. Then I want to get back to what you just said because I have a lot to say with that, and I agree with you. Dark Side Doshi said, "My bro bragged no toxic Star Trek fans." That's because there's not that many. Okay, there's a lot of Star Trek fans, but they're like in the deep corner of space and they don't bother nobody, right? it's like they're not ashamed. It's just they're really quiet and polite to each other.
I love Star Trek.
So why? Shit, man.
Dude, I love Star Trek too, and believe me, Into Darkness was my Last Jedi. The way everybody hates Last Jedi is the way I hate Into Darkness. Like, I pulled out a whole fucking timeline and wrote a whole timeline in a video on how that movie makes no sense. So I get it, right? But I didn't go attack J.J. Abrams saying he doesn't know anything about Star Trek.
One quick question: did you watch the Star Trek that was on the CBS
All Access?
Discovery.
Yeah, Discovery. I watched the first season, and then I canceled my subscription just because I had too many monthly subscriptions.
What'd you think of it?
I thought it was great.
Yeah, I like that new look they did on the Vulcans. Was totally
the only problem I had with it is I don't know where it really fits into anything else because it doesn't fit. It doesn't fit in the old timeline. It doesn't really fit in the new timeline. It's almost like its own Elseworld thing.
No, but because it had a young Spock, so it's gonna fit somewhere in between Kirk and.
It could be just another dimension entirely.
Yeah.
You know, it could be connected to JJ's Kelvinverse.
That's what I said too. But then Adam, I forgot because Adam came over and Adam's like, "Well, if it's connected to this, then why this, and this is different?" And I'm like, "Well, fuck, I didn't think of that, and I totally forgot." But that's the way I look at it. I always look at it. It's J.J. Abrams' universe.
Yeah.
But it could be like the X-Men where they just fuck up continuity a lot. They don't even pay attention to it. Yeah. But getting back to what you were saying, Shaun, and thank you, Darkside, for your super chat. Yeah, the whole nostalgia-ness and shit like that. When 2016 Ghostbusters came out, that's when it really started happening. I didn't like it because I just didn't like. I thought it was a bad movie.
Yeah, same.
I had no problem. Like when they first announced it was going to be an all-female cast, I didn't go, "Oh, well, I'm not going to go see that." I'm like, "Well, it's Ghostbusters. I'll give anything a shot." And then when they said, "Oh, everything you like in the previous Ghostbusters, that doesn't count anymore," you know, like we're totally rebooting it. You know, it's like if it would have been like one of them, like if Leslie Jones was Winston's kid, you know, and they were passing the torch down and training them to be Ghostbusters, I would have been fine. But then they had like, you know, wonton jokes and, you know, it was bad, man.
And then they like, I think they started trolling the fans because in like either the first, I think it was the first trailer, you know, the screen 30 years ago is, you know, Save New York.
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, Winston wasn't a scientist, and second, this has nothing to do with the other movie. So, which is it? You know, make up your freaking minds.
Yeah. Darkside Doshi comes in with another super chat I saw. Whoa, where'd it go? Michael is the worst part of Discovery to me. I actually like her. I think she's really attractive too. So, I liked her in Walking Dead too. She was like one of the few things I liked about that show toward the end. But
we need a Lucifer sighting.
Dude, I haven't seen Lucifer in like a month and a half, man. But shit, I don't even know what the fuck we were talking about. We were totally getting off topic with Star Wars, though. But yeah, just go ahead.
Can we jump to a crisis question
in a Star Wars podcast?
Okay, sorry.
We're talking about. Do you have a Star Wars related topic?
No, I don't.
Well, what is it, man? We'll hit it real quick.
What did you think of the?
It sucked. Go ahead.
When we introduced Lucifer Morningstar, what did you think of that?
What, the Lucifer
cameo? Yeah.
I didn't know anything about it. I didn't even know it was a cameo, to be honest with you. I'm not fucking with you. I honestly didn't know it was a cameo. I don't watch Lucifer. I didn't know anything about the show Lucifer. I'm not a big TV guy. Okay. I don't have a lot of time to watch TV. So the TV I do watch, it's either on streaming channels. That way I can watch it at my own pace. So I didn't know that was a thing until after I watched it and I seen people talk about it. I'm like, oh, I know now. But when it happened, when I was watching it, I just thought that was just another guy, you know?
Okay.
But yeah, that was just the thing. That's more on me though, because I'm not caught up and watch everything on TV. I have very little time to watch stuff on TV. Yeah. I gotta either binge it. That's why I wait for Flash and Arrow to be done with their whole seasons, and I go back and watch it on Netflix, because then I can just take a weekend and try to binge through it all. If I try to keep up week to week, man, I'll never watch them, man.
Do you think next season, if they go ahead and release it the whole time, that'd be better for Disney Plus? If they do the Mandalorian that way, like Netflix?
They already said they're not going to do that. And from what I understand, Netflix is stopping doing that too. That Netflix ain't going to do that no more either. That Netflix is going to start doing week to week too, because a lot of people come in, they'll just watch Stranger Things and they won't watch no more. And like after 2 days, because they want people to talk about it, like Mandalorian, you know? So I actually hope Netflix does do that. You know, again, like it's there on a streaming thing, so I can go back and watch it anytime I want. If Arrow and the Flash were on the DC Universe app, I would be caught up right now, because I can watch it during lunch, or I can watch it while I'm taking a shit, you know. But in order to watch it on the CW, I just don't have time to watch it on TV. I barely watch any TV. I don't even know why I have cable.
The CW has an app and it's totally free, so you can watch all that.
What the CW app, but just to slightly correct you, the only Arrowverse show that is proper to watch while you're taking a shit is Batwoman.
I watched the first episode. I can't. I remember I watched the first episode. I'm like, this sucks. This is cringy. I'm like, but I kind of like this Alice character.
Yes.
At the end of the episode, it was revealed that they were sisters. I'm like,
I watched 6 episodes.
So I'm like, I'm gonna give episode 2 a shot. Watched it for 10 minutes. I'm like, I think I'm done with this show. I haven't watched it since.
If you download the CW app, it's free and you can watch all the shows on there.
Yeah, but are they like updated? Like, do they keep the old shows on so I can go back and watch the first episode?
The current season,
That's the current season.
What was it? The CW app?
Yeah. Not the CW feed, but the CW app.
Yeah. Go to the App Store and download the CW app. The CW seed has all the old shows like
Hey Danny, you told me you have to go. Do you gotta go? You wrote that like 30 minutes ago.
No.
Well, if you got dipped, just let me know. You don't have to text me. I wasn't looking at my phone. But we got another super chat. But what app was it again? I'm sorry, I was reading this.
CW app.
CW app. If that's true, then I can catch up then.
Yep.
It may have all the previous seasons too, right?
That
Shaun?
one?
That's the one.
That's it.
All right, I'll install it. So yeah, I'll check that out, because if that's the case, I can catch up real quick. But you about back to Batwoman, then we'll go back to Dark Side Doji, because he just put a super chat in. Back to Batwoman. I think I would actually like that show more if it wasn't Ruby Rose in the lead. She's awful, dude.
Yeah,
I have no problem with Ruby Rose, personally, but I mean, she's just tiny.
I like her better in the Crisis than I do on the solo show.
I didn't like her in Crisis either, but
she does better when she interacts with actors. When she's carrying most of the weight,
she cannot carry her own show.
Probably because we're so focused on the other actors, it kind of takes away her handicap. Like the other actors kind of elevate her. Kind of hide her faults.
Seeing her and Supergirl now, I'm liking, and I'm thinking that's going to be some kind of romantic. I'm thinking it's leading towards that. I think
I think they're hinting at the CW's version of The World's Finest.
Yeah.
That can be true too.
But
she's much better with people.
I think they would have cast an actual good actress and not go for the star power, because Ruby Rose, guess what? She really licks pussy, so we're gonna put her in this role. It's that's the problem I have with Hollywood right now, though.
And even so,
you just did not just say that.
do you remember the outrage when she was cast because she's
not gay enough?
She's not gay enough.
Yeah, she doesn't lick enough pussy.
Yeah. They're like, what do you people want?
It was like the rub and tug Scarlett Johansson thing all over again. Like Scarlett Johansson, who was producing this movie about a transsexual, can't get her movie made because she's playing a transsexual. She's not really transsexual. Who the fuck's gonna focus on her fucking shit in the middle of the movie? That's not what it's about. You're an actor. It's your job to act. Right?
You get paid to play make believe.
Yes,
I mean, that's it.
So why does just because Batwoman is lesbian in the show doesn't mean you have to cast a lesbian to play that character? I'm pretty sure the girl who plays Sarah isn't. She might be licking Cooter on the side, but I'm pretty sure she's not Cooter exclusive. No. Same thing with Supergirl's sister. Like she's lesbian. Guess what? She had a boyfriend in fucking Grey's Anatomy.
Grey's Anatomy, yep.
So and she's married with kids.
Yeah. So why go sit there and go with Ruby Rose just because she licks Cooter, man? I lick Cooter. Can I be Batwoman? I got fucking titties too.
You probably fill the suit out better than Ruby Rose does. I mean,
I can do it a whole lot better. Oh, that suit would look good.
Oh
my God. When for a woman.
Oh man, because the biggest thing of all is that woman is such a badass in the comic books. You know,
yes, she is such a weak ass on the show. Oh my lord, she's always getting her ass whipped. In one episode, her sister had to save her. So I don't understand that.
I know. If Batman came back to this Gotham City, he would have it cleaned up in like 12 hours.
I mean,
even the paralyzed one.
She needs to stick with Crisis. She fights better. She acts better. I don't know how they're gonna fix that because she is terrible by herself.
Yeah, she can't carry show.
No.
Yeah. That's about as bad as Jake Lloyd as Anakin.
The only reason I watch it is because I discuss it on my channel.
Yeah.
Other than that.
Dude, I run a comic book channel. I'd rather fucking chop my dick off than watch that. And then I can really play Batwoman. Big titty pussy licking non-dick motherfucker.
You'd have to shave, man. You'd have to shave.
Oh yeah, I draw the line there. So it's 2019. Batwoman can have a beard now.
You're right.
Don't assume genders.
I'm sorry for labeling you, man. I'm sorry.
Darkseid does. She comes in with a super chat. Which character do you think will say, "I got a bad feeling about this" in Rise of Skywalker? Please don't be a droid again. That pissed me off. Yeah. I don't know. I think it's either gonna be Poe or Finn.
We're gonna get Force Ghost Han. He's just gonna pop in.
I got a bad feeling about this. do you think we're gonna see Han? I have a feeling we're gonna see Han.
Maybe in a flashback.
Yeah, I don't know. Han never demonstrated to have any connection to the Force, so I don't think he could come back as a Force Ghost.
No,
I wouldn't be opposed to it. It wouldn't piss me off. But I would love to see him again.
You know how I think they could do it? Yeah, you know how I think they could do it though? Is right when C-3PO's like when Oscar Isaac is like, "What you doing, 3PO?" He's like, "Taking one last look, sir." I think maybe he's looking in his databanks and he sees the three of them together again.
Yes.
And you know, because it just makes sense. I don't think he was talking about them, although I will fight. They are friends. Everybody's like, "You don't even know them." I'm like, I'll fight you on that motherfucking shit. But I think he's looking at the original three.
That's brilliant.
Yeah. Dude, that would make everybody cry in the theater. Whether you like the sequel trilogy or not. If they C-3PO goes, "Take one last look, sir," and you just see like the original three. Oh, dude, that would kill everybody in the theater. Everybody did.
As much fan service as everybody's saying there is, that wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. And it probably recycled footage because let's be honest, like everybody hates the fact that Disney killed Han. Harrison Ford killed Han. Yeah. Harrison Ford didn't want to come back. The reason why he came back because him and Lawrence Kasdan have been trying to kill the character off for 30 years.
Harrison Ford wanted to be killed off after the first movie, I believe.
So. Yeah, and then after he was put in Carbonite, he didn't want to come back. He was like, "No, I don't want to come back." George Lucas got him back, but yeah, and he wasn't under contract either. So yeah, he wanted to get killed off. So I don't know if he would come back, but that was one of the main complaints was we didn't get to see the original three together. Yeah. So I think that's why we might get that little flashback.
That would be sweet. I would enjoy that.
My other theory was, but this is really out there, and I don't think this was going to happen. I go more for the C-3PO theory, but my other one is they do find the world between worlds, and they go through a portal which has all three of them together.
Mm-hmm.
That's like 1,000,000 to 1 odds. Like I don't think that would happen.
They'd have to drop some shrooms, man. That'd
Right.
be Star Wars.
Yeah, definitely.
Well,
Hey, if you guys
made a record on R2D2, maybe it's something that he plays that back, you might see it in
sort of
that
like
capacity.
with Leia and Last Jedi.
Yep.
Yeah, I really like that too. Hey, if you guys got a dip, you let me know because I know it's really late. So I'm off tomorrow. That's why I'm staying on. But if you guys got a dip, you just let me know.
I got a dip because it's about 1:00. But man, I enjoyed it. Thank you,
you a
Rob,
pussy,
as
Danny.
always.
You a pussy, Danny.
Today I'm one. But I
right, man.
appreciate it, man. Y'all take it easy. I'll catch you next time.
All right, guys, go over to Danny's channel. I have it in the description box below. Guys, go over there, hit Apple's channel, and subscribe to Danny. You got to go, Shaun, or are you sticking around?
Hey, I'll stick around if you want us to keep streaming, man.
Hey, man, I'm good to go. I'm off tomorrow. So, all right, Danny, man. I'll catch you later, buddy.
Later, Danny.
Let me grab Danny's YouTube channel, put it in the comments so people can go over there.
Cool.
So, yeah, because, dude, this is the most people I had actually watching me in like 2 months.
Nice.
So I'm not fucking going anywhere right now. I'm gonna try to stay on as long as I can. The only thing I got going on tomorrow is watching Mandalorian. So, which I hope is good tomorrow.
Dude, we only have 2 episodes left for them to make some sort of sense.
Yeah. Right, exactly. All right, guys. So here's Danny's YouTube channel. Do me a favor, go over there and subscribe to Danny. He's trying to get up to 1,000 so he can get monetized. And Shaun's channel is in the description box below, and then I'll put that in the comments too in a little bit. I just saw another super chat.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Are you excited about Thursday, Friday? Hell yeah, I am.
You know that's right,
dude. I am counting down, man. I am counting down. You know, and one of my favorite thing about Star Wars is the fan reactions too.
Yeah.
You know, I like getting the theaters reactions. One of my favorite one was when Rey got the lightsaber in Force Awakens, like how the fans react, and then when Kylo killed Snoke, the way the fans reacted. That was just really good.
Yeah, especially the scene where Rey was she went down into that little basement area and opened the chest, and you heard the voices, and that was really cool.
Do you think we're gonna get any more information on that? Like why that Blade talked to her specifically?
I don't know. I mean, I think
if she's a clone, that would make sense.
Yeah,
because I always thought she was a clone, and those were her memories when she touched the lightsaber. Because if she was a clone of, let's say she has maybe not a direct clone, but she has pieces of Luke's DNA. And maybe she's mixed with a little bit of other people, like all those things, like the Bespin scene and everything. That could all be memories she had.
That's right.
Like I don't know if you ever seen. It's a crappy movie. It's called Godsend with Robert De Niro. When they cloned that boy after the boy died, he cloned the boy for the kid, and the boy started getting these dreams, but they weren't dreams. It was his memory of his past life. So so I thought maybe when she touched the lightsaber, if she was a clone, it was basically the memories of that life. I thought that's how they could explain that. Hey guys, this is Shaun's YouTube channel. If you guys can go over to his channel, he's trying to get 2,000 subs by the end of the year. So you guys go over to Shaun's channel, check him out. I also have Danny and Shaun's link in the description box below. But yeah, that's something that I think needs to kind of be explained. It doesn't make sense.
It does. I agree. I mean, there is so much that actually need, like so many loose ends that need to be kind of tied off. Even if they do like close to half and explain, just about half, I'll be satisfied because they're not going to do them all. But as long as I see like a strong effort on their part, then I'm gonna probably walk away happy.
Yeah, I think a few people said they answered a lot of questions. A lot. I think they said they answered, but even Chris Terrio, the writer, said we try to answer as much as we possibly can. We know we missed a couple, but I'm pretty sure like something will come out like a comic book displaying the little bit of stuff that's left. But like what frustrated me about Force Awakens was that lightsaber was never important. And this sequel made it really important. You know?
Yeah.
Like that's not even Anakin's original one. He had
No.
the same exact lightsaber in Attack of the Clones, and it got destroyed in the droid factory. And then he made the exact same copy, only because George Lucas had to give it to Luke in A New Hope, you know. And even that was thrown out the trash for Luke's other lightsaber. So I hated the fact that it was like this MacGuffin that was really important in this trilogy, and it's really not important at all.
Even say they explain every single detail that was missing from the first two films, there are still going to be some freaking idiots out there that are going to hate it just because.
Yeah, I did a video yesterday, and I said no matter what the reviews are, like come Wednesday, if this movie has anywhere between 85 and 95 on Rotten Tomatoes, you're gonna have all the people going, well, there's shills and this and this, and then like certain groups that don't like it, they're gonna go in to look for what they don't like. Like they're gonna go in there directly to find what they don't like. It's like if you didn't like the last two, just don't go see this one.
I'm really, really curious to see what Jeremy says on Geeks and Gamers.
I already know, dude. I already know what he's gonna say.
I know what he's gonna say, but I mean, if it is a good movie, I would hope that he would actually judge it on its merit.
I think he's gonna stay face. He's gonna stay his course. I don't think he's gonna waver from that. Because look, I'm gonna say this right now. I don't know Jeremy personally. I only talked to him once, and that was during that debate stream when I came on Ryan's channel. That was the only time I actually talked to him, somewhat face to face. But I have the understanding of he does what he does for views. But
yeah, I hear that.
Like, I mean, he pretty much said, I don't give a shit about Brie Larson. I did 1 million Brie Larson videos because I got paid a lot of money to do them, Yeah. So even if he enjoys Rise of Skywalker, he's going to get a lot more money to say that he doesn't.
You're right. He's got to protect his brand. And I respect that as a businessman, that's cool. He's got bills to pay. If that's his shtick, then, that's what he's got to do.
Yeah, when Black Panther came out, dude, my channel went from 2,000 subscribers to 15,000 in like a week. It was amazing how fast I went up because I did that stupid DC Black Panther kills DCEU and all that, whatever video I did, right? But after that, I realized like all my Black Panther videos were making me a lot of money. So I was making every day I had a Black Panther video. Even if I had nothing to talk about with Black Panther, I made shit up about Black Panther, right? Just to make videos.
When you find something that gets views, man, you've got to run it into the ground.
Yeah. So, and that's what he does over there. And like, I even told him, like, dude, I know what you do. Controversy creates clicks. You come out here, you saying this sucks, and you're over the top. You amplify yourself by like 10, and people buy it, and good for you, and dude. If you can sell it, man. So
yeah, some people take it as like absolute gospel, and that's just a testament to how good he is at what he does.
Yeah, and that's sort of the problem though, as where I definitely gotta get to the super chat question too, but that's the problem is like I don't like you said you're looking forward to seeing what he's got to say. I would be if I knew he was telling the truth. I don't know. I didn't
think about it like that until we just had that discussion. But yeah, I think you're right. He's got his fan base that he's got to pander to.
The one person that I would say that I'm looking forward to because they'll say it no matter what because they don't have to please anybody is Jeremy Johns.
Yeah.
You know, Jeremy Jahns was like, he was the guy with the wide eyes for Force Awakens, and then Last Jedi and Solo brought him down to where he doesn't even wear the cape no more. You know, and he'll critique the shit no matter what. He's not going to Disney press screens or anything like that. You know, so he doesn't have to stay face for anybody. He can just come out, you know, and say it. He's got millions of subscribers. Even if half of them don't agree with him, he's still bringing in one fucking huge paycheck. You know, where if Geeks and Gamers, you know, with all due respect for them, they know how to brand themselves. Dude, I wish I could do what they're doing, you know? But if they come out and say, you know what, this movie was actually fucking good, dude, everybody that follows them for hating Disney will then be like, well, what the fuck is this? You know? Yeah, it would be completely stupid for him to do it. It would be stupid for him to do it.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
And that's why I did that video yesterday. It was like, no matter what happens, they're still gonna go by and say, you know, this, you know, this is the reason why people are good and whatnot, you know. So
yeah. I wish I could do that. You know, I wish I could just, you know, play into a character, but you know, I feel like I have to be honest with my things.
That's the way I am, dude. Whether you love me, you hate me, I'm always gonna tell you the truth, right? Mm-hmm. I'm gonna tell you what I'm feeling. You know, like I got a lot of shit, dude, for that Mandalorian review last week. I lost 40 subscribers for that. I got so many thumbs down for that, but I told the truth. I told about what I felt. I'm not going to come on here and say, oh, I fucking loved it. It was the best episode just because people want me to say that. Because if I'm lying to you, then why would you want me to come? Why would you want to take my opinion if I'm going to lie to you?
Yeah, what? Yeah, exactly, man. And the thing about the Mandalorian is, it's something that is starting to mend the Star Wars fan base. You know, like people in the fandom menace are actually coming around to the Mandalorian. You know, so I think it's best for everybody to be honest and point out its flaws while you praise what works at the same time. You know, it's not perfect. There's nothing perfect about Disney Star Wars at the moment.
Yeah.
So, you know, but you have to give Disney credit when they do something that is looking good.
Yeah. Let me get to this super chat real quick. I want to jump back onto that conversation because I like where that conversation was going. Matt1306 came in and said, Campia didn't care for Carrie Fisher's scenes that JJ used. I didn't hear him say anything about that unless he recently just said something about that.
He probably didn't have a whole lot of
he only had 7 minutes to use,
so I mean, this is one of my issues with The Last Jedi, man. When she was out in space, they should have just killed her off.
Oh yes, I'm with you, man. I'm with you. But if they would have killed Luke and Leia in the same film, people would have riot, man. People would riot.
That's true, but then they could. The way that The Last Jedi ended, you know, there was no guarantee at that point that Luke was dead. So they could have completely reversed it.
Yeah. I agree with you. Yeah, I think bringing her back. I think they should have killed her off in the crawl, dude. Like I honestly should have said, like in the crawl, they've said, with the unfortunate passing of Leia, because the comics that take place after Last Jedi, Leia's has some health problems due to her being in space. So they could have just killed her off and mentioned it in the fucking you know, that she passed away and whatnot. Oh no, we got another live or super chat thingy. Got two. Goddamn, Jesus. Damn, I wanted to go back to that conversation about Disney Star Wars though. So just remind me if I forget.
Yeah.
Okay. Christopher comes in. Check your Twitter direct message. Enjoy the movie. How would I use that though? He had he got me a Regal card, and he got the back scratched off for me to use it, but maybe I can use it online.
Yeah, you might be able to redeem it online. That would be awesome.
Yeah. Dude, thank you, man. That actually helps out a lot. Helps out a fucking lot, dude. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. I will definitely use that, my man. Thank you so much, Chris. I appreciate that, buddy. And thank you for the super chat too. All right, let me go to Dark Side Doshi, and then we'll go back to that conversation. I disagree with your thoughts on the last Mandalorian episode. I love it, but I'm still here. Love your honest opinions. Keep up the good work, man. Thank you. I appreciate that, Doshi. And then that was sort of going back to almost what we were talking about. Whereas, man, I got a fucking hole in the brush. I always when I review something, I always try to give the good and the bad.
Yep.
You know, and this kind of goes back to the Disney Star Wars thing we were just happened. But like, look, there's a lot of people that don't like Last Jedi, but you can't sit there and say the whole movie sucks. There's got to be something in there that you like. You know,
absolutely.
Like even Transformers movies, as much as they suck, there's something in there I like. I like looking at. Yeah, Bumblebee. I like looking up Megan Fox's ass. You know, the girl in the third one, I thought she was pretty hot. You know, I mean that's pretty much where I draw the line, but it's something. You know,
I like that they kept the voice actor for Optimus Prime from the cartoon.
Yes. I did like that too. I Optimus and Bumblebee are the only things I like about that movie, honestly, though. But
what did you think about the Bumblebee movie?
I love that movie.
I did too. I think that was
that
movie that they've made so far.
Absolutely. I want to see it. I want to see that universe. Like do a good one now. Right? But unfortunately, it didn't make as much as the other ones because they didn't market it right. They called it Bumblebee instead of calling it Transformers Bumblebee.
I think even if they would have marketed it as Transformers Bumblebee, it still had the stigma of Transformers.
Yeah.
At this point, and it's a damn shame, man, because it was a good, solid movie.
It was, dude. Great cast, great acting. The special effects, you can actually see what the fuck was going on. You know, just the Cybertron scene at the beginning was so fucking awesome.
Oh, it was lit, dude.
Yeah. But getting back to what you were saying though, about trying to stay true and trying to look at the good and the bad of everything, you know, that's what I try to do. I gotta go back and watch my review of last week's. I don't think I said the episode sucked. I think maybe I did use those words, but what I mean by that, I'm not talking about like the episode as the episode itself, just how it's 8 episode season and we don't move nothing along.
Yeah,
you know, and people don't realize that. Like when you go back and you read the comments, like this has the best action. It's like, are you watching this just for the action? Do you not care about, I don't know, the fucking plot? You know,
we're 6 episodes in. I mean, this is the thing that people have to understand. We're 6 episodes into The Mandalorian in an 8 episode storyline. And what has actually been accomplished? You know, that is the question that everybody who watches this honestly has to ask themselves. What has been accomplished? You know, what has been achieved? Not much.
Yeah. And because I felt that way after I watched episode 2, you know, the one with Baby Yoda doing the rhino thing. I said the same thing. I'm like, well, this doesn't really move anything along. And it really doesn't. You can go back and watch episodes 1 and episodes 3. And you won't miss anything, you know, maybe a little bit of bonding time with Baby Yoda and Mando, but that's it. It's like we don't learn anything.
The only thing we learned in episode 2 is that if Baby Yoda uses the Force for like 20 seconds,
pass out. Yeah. Episode 4 was pretty slow, but we learned, you know, stuff in there. We learned, like, you know, that he was adopted by the Mandalorian. They can't take his helmet off and stuff like that. But like, I know you don't like the episode because of the whole armor combat thing, but
yeah, I mean, it was overall, aside from that aspect, I don't have an issue with the episode. I thought everything was executed well, especially who directed that one? Was that
or was Bryce Dallas Howard?
Yeah, I think overall, technically, you know, from a technical aspect, it was really well done.
Yeah.
But I just had an issue with the armor. That's it. I mean, that's just me thinking.
Yeah. To me, the only bad episode, I will use the word bad, was the 5th episode, which was the Tatooine episode, because that just didn't accomplish any fucking thing. That was straight fan service for fans.
It was just like, oh look, we're on Tatooine.
Yeah. That was just and that was Dave Filoni, which breaks my heart even more, But
yeah. And I was going to post something after that episode, about, negative towards Dave Filoni, but, I can't, because Dave Filoni has done so much good work in the past.
Oh yeah. He's just learning. Like, he's getting his feet wet. Like I'm pretty sure he's gonna get better and better. But I just thought the writing was bad. The directing was really bad in that one. And I don't know. And one thing I'm having a problem with this series in the whole is each episode feels small, right?
Yes.
Like it feels like the Tatooine episode. There was 3 actors or 4 actors in the entire episode. The lady, Mando, the James Franco kid, and then the Asian from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., the Asian lady who played Mulan.
Oh, yeah.
There was only 4 live actors in that whole episode. It felt like they just filmed it on a backstage.
Absolutely, man. And the actor that was in the booth, pulling a Han Solo, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
You have some originality. I mean, when they panned over to that booth, I was like, I know what they're gonna do here.
Yep. and this past episode 6, I started rewatching it again today while I was at break at work, and even that feels small. When you go back and rewatch it, like, look closely at the beginning when he goes into that ship, when he lands in, he talks to the guy from Son of Anarchy. Like, that all feels like a green screen studio, because first they're talking by the ship, and then they're walking up on the ramp there, and then they're over on here. It's like it's all shot in the same area, just different spots of that area. It's like they can't afford to go to different parts of the ship, so they just keep filming from different angles of that ship. And that's sort of the problem I have with like network TV sometimes. It's like they don't have the budgets of like Game of Thrones or something like that, so they have to use cheap tricks to.
Don't they have like a budget of like 15 million per episode though?
The rumor was 10 million per episode, but I think last week something came out where they said that they didn't give Jon Favreau as much as he wanted.
Oh, so that's a mistake. And by season 2, well, they're doing season 2. I bet they've increased the budget.
They would have to. They have to.
I mean, honestly, the first time I saw like the first trailer, the full trailer for Mandalorian, and I saw the ship flying through space, I was like, that looks kind of shit.
Yeah. Well, especially when you compare it to something like Star Trek Discovery, like the ship and space battles of Star Trek Discovery look so fucking good.
If you compare the first trailer opening scene with the ship flying through space to the original trailer for A New Hope, back in 1977, A New Hope looks better.
Yeah. Yeah, Jon Favreau was like, it's going to be very cinematic, and I haven't felt very cinematic. When he was taking off at the end of episode 3 and the one Mandalorian was flying next to him, dude, that was almost comedy. Like, that was hilarious the way it looked, I don't even, I'm not trying to talk shit. Because it just bothers me how some people just praise stuff without looking at the negative, and then other things they'll look at the negative and not praise. Like, it just kills me.
You can't fanboy. That's the biggest thing. I mean, I love DC more than okay. My 2 biggest things, in fandom are probably DC and Back to the Future. But I acknowledge issues with both of them.
Yeah,
you can't fanboy it. You got to keep it 100%.
I felt like that with Man of Steel. I appreciate Man of Steel a lot now. I remember, dude, I was so psyched for Man of Steel. I watched the trailers a million times. I was like so excited. And then when I seen the movie, I walked out. I was like, I don't know if I like that or not. But over the years, I started appreciating it and liking it a lot more. My thing with that movie was I just felt like he got his suits too fast.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And a lot of people criticize Man of Steel. They're like, it's a great movie. It's just a bad Superman movie. And I have to disagree. I talked to I had Jody from Jody's Corner on a live stream, and he maintains that position. And I think what Zack Snyder did was, for the first time, show us how Clark actually struggles to deal with his abilities and actually learn to become Superman, because he was very, very green when he had to fight Zod.
Oh, I had no problem with the destruction.
No.
Or the fighting. I don't have a problem with him killing Zod either. I don't have a problem with that at all.
Superman has killed numerous times.
Yeah. The problem I have with the destruction is he didn't try to save anybody. Like, he literally threw Zod through a fucking building, and then he's sitting there making out with Lois when there's like ground zero around him. But like, that's just a little joke. But no, like
I think that's because he was still green though.
Yeah. But have you ever read Superman Earth 1 by J. Michael Straczynski? It was like a hardcover.
No. I have a bunch of that stuff in my Amazon queue right now though.
Yeah, it's really good. There's 3 volumes of it right now. Like, they never came out with single issues. Like, DC decided they wanted to do like these Earth 1 storylines, and Superman came out first. And in that first volume, Clark fought against about being Superman. Like, his parents wanted him to be Superman. Like, they had the suit for him. And he's like, no, I'm not going to do it. He was reluctant to do it, right? And then some aliens came and invaded Earth, and he realized he had no other choice but to do it, you know? And he did it for his father. He went to his dad's grave and kind of talked to him, and he ended up doing it. And it was really emotional. To me, it just felt like in Man of Steel, and this is totally not Star Wars related, but we'll go back to it. But in Man of Steel, it was like, well, he happens to find the ship, and there just happens to be a suit that's automatically fitted for him. It just happens to be blue, you know, because all the Kryptonian costumes we've seen before that were like black or dark. This one just happened to be the Superman colors, and he just, for no reason, just puts it on, and then like, he goes at it. It's like, I wanted like, even in the original 1970s Superman, there was a chance where he had to go and discover the Fortress of Solitude and kind of realize what his destiny was, you know. And this one, it was just like, well, he just grabbed the suit and just split.
Yeah, so that ship that had crashed on Earth kind of substituted for the Fortress.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, I think the Fortress scene was more impactful overall than that scene. You know, when they were showing the crude CGI animations of, you know, on the walls and stuff.
Yeah.
Everything they did in 78 with the crystals and Marlon Brando and stuff, I thought was much better.
Yeah. And maybe that's just because I'm a fan of the old school Superman movies, the Richard Donner Superman 1 and 2. I'm such a big fan of that I just suspected. I don't think we spent enough time with Clark before he became Superman. I think that's my thing. You know, I
got Jonathan Kent completely wrong.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, so that was sort of my critiques, but I don't hate the movie. And over the years, I really start, like, I think the score is fantastic. I love Henry Cavill as Superman. You know, so I really appreciate that movie now. It's just back then I had critiques about it, and that kind of goes to what I was talking about with Mandalorian, where I try to look at the good and the bad of everything. You know,
you have to.
But
if you're gonna have a YouTube channel of your stature, you know, you have all of these people, you know, coming here to hear what you have to say. You got to keep it real, man.
Yeah. The problem is, I don't know if you run this on your channel or run into this problem on your channel. You could spend, like, if you do a review and your review is 10 minutes long, right? Mm-hmm. And you spend 7 minutes on why you liked it, and the last 3 minutes is why you didn't.
That's all they focus on.
That's all they focus on, is that 3 minutes of you not liking it.
Yep.
That's all they focus on. Like, you're like, I can't believe, dude, sometimes I like to trick people and do thumbnails to be going like this or something. And then people, and I'm talking positive in the whole video about whatever I'm talking about. I just do this in the thumbnail to get clicks, and people will start writing, I can't believe you didn't like this. I'm like, did you watch the fucking video? Or did you just see the title and thumbnail and just, you know, it
I just respond and I'm like, thanks for your click. That's another penny.
Yeah, pretty much. But man, it gets frustrating sometimes because
it does.
You know, you spend so much time on your videos because it's not easy to do.
No,
right? Like you the way I do it, and it's pretty much an all day thing for me, right? Like I go to work at 12, I get off at 10, I run home, and I either do a video for the next day or most often I live stream that night. Then I got to get up around 5, bring Autumn to work, come back, research whatever I'm going to talk about today. That's not easy. Research is the hardest part because you want to be relevant. So I'm looking on YouTube. I'm like, okay, what is all my peers doing? What's popular right now? Okay, I can do this one, right? I'll have like tons of messages. Rob, how come you're not talking about Black Adam coming out in 2022 or whatever? I'm like, well, no one else is talking about it, and it doesn't seem to be getting views, so I'm not going to talk about that, right? So then after I research everything, then I got to go get graphics, and then I got to go get articles, and then I got to get quotes. Then I got to picture what I'm going to say it, film it, put it in, edit it, snip it. Sometimes if I'm feeling froggy, I'll do skits in front of the green screen or something like that because I try to be like funny while I'm doing it, right? So I'll spend like 2 hours doing this. Then I got to upload it. Then I'm like, man, does my thumbnail look good? The title is always the hardest because you want a catchy short title that's kind of clickbaity, but not really clickbait, right? Yep. So I'm like, so there's a lot of work going into it. And then when people are saying, oh, you're a fucking moron or you're fucking stupid, I wish you were fucking dude, it makes you fucking depressed.
It does, dude. I mean, like for the past 2 days, I've had a bunch of hate on some videos I've done about a guy named Mark Martell. He is a guy that was hired to be in the official Queen tribute band because he sounds almost exactly.
Yeah.
And I did the video. I'm like, look, Queen's touring with Adam Lambert. I saw him with Adam Lambert. It's cool, but all I was saying is, give me a one-off show for like charity with Queen and Mark Martell. Donate everything to the Phoenix Trust for AIDS. And I'd be good. And people just lit me up, man. They lit me up for having an opinion.
Yeah, dude, it's insane. And sometimes you're like, oh, I'm definitely on the right side of this one. And then you upload the video and like everybody's against you. Like the whole Dark Fate thing, right? Dude, I got so much hate for that. People are like, you shouldn't review it unless you see it. I'm not reviewing it. That's the point. I'm talking about how I'm not reviewing it. I'm telling you why I'm not seeing it, so I'm not reviewing it. I'm like, I'm not going to go see it because they do this to John Connor in the first 2 minutes of the movie. I don't like that, so I'm not going to pay my money to tell Hollywood it's okay to do that, right? So I did a whole video on that. It did really well, right? So I did another video on it, and people are like, you shouldn't review something unless you see it. You shouldn't judge it unless you see it. I'm like, I'm not judging anything. I'm not judging.
The biggest problem, one of the biggest problems I'm noticing with YouTube is that people will read your title, they'll click on it for like 20 seconds and then form an opinion
right away.
And then stop watching and start typing.
Yep, right away. I'll even respond. Like, I'm getting to the point now. I used to reply to every comment. I used to go through. I used to spend like my break periods replying to every single person, whether
I used to take it personally.
Yeah, whether it's hate or not, whether being hateful or being supportive, I would reply. It got to the point now where I don't even look at the comments hardly anymore because it's so toxic. I did a video today. Rise of Skywalker gets mixed reactions, and someone goes, Rob, I don't know what you're talking about. They all seem positive to me. There's only like one negative. I'm like, well, then that's the definition of mixed. if it's not all positive, then by definition, it is mixed. And there's like 10 people that commented on the same thing. They're not mixed. They're all mostly positive. That's the definition of mixed, you fucking idiot.
Society's getting dumb. I think it's all of the technology. People aren't as intelligent as they used to be, and that applies to everybody. So technology is dumbing us all down.
It is. The more this controls our lives, the dumber we all are. And I'm part of it. I'm with you, dude. I used to get straight A's in spelling. I can't spell shit nowadays because this does it for me.
Dude, I can't even remember phone numbers anymore. Like back in the day, I remembered everybody's phone number.
Yep.
I don't even know my own phone number.
Yep. That's the truth. Yeah, when I go to places and they're like, "What's your phone number?" I actually had to stop for a second and think. I'm like, I
gotta look it up on my phone. I'm like, oh, hold on.
It's bad, man. And I'm not saying to criticize people. I'm like, it's us as a society. That's why I'm afraid where this fucking planet's gonna be in the next generation or two. It's like we're gonna be fucking dumb as bricks, man. I work at retail. I see little 3-year-old kids with this in their hands already.
That's way too young, man. That cannot be good for their brain development. And I think a lot of parents are giving them devices so they don't have to parent.
Yes, pretty much. That's their new babysitter, man.
Yeah.
It's wrong. It's dude. I don't know.
When I was 3 years old, man, I wanted an action figure. I like. There were like electronic toys, to some extent when I was a kid, but no, I wanted an action figure that I could go on adventures with.
Yeah, dude, I had my Nintendo. I played my Nintendo all the time, but yeah. I also had my G.I. Joes, my Transformers, my He-Man figures, my Ninja Turtle figures, and dude, I would do shit with them all the fucking time. It's like you can only play you can only play like Nintendo for so long. Yeah. And then I would want to go do something because I'm a creative person, right? Like I wrote a novel, I did comic books, so I like to have these little storylines with my fucking figures, and it builds creativity. Like, How does this build creativity? How?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't because when you back in the day when you like put your mind to, okay, I'm going to break out my Ninja Turtles, you think of a scenario of what you're going to do because you've got to set everything up. You got to put everybody in their place. You got to do makeshift bases if you didn't have like the sewer and the Technodrome and stuff like that. You got to do.
I used to use shoe boxes, dude, and draw fucking.
Dude, I drew the sewer. Yeah, so I'm with you there, and so. It was all about the imagination, and then you played, and in your mind, it was like the cartoon, but you were doing it all, with your mind. And kids, I don't know if kids have that as much as we used to have it growing up, and that's sad.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, you see a lot of these cartoons get canceled now because the toys don't sell well. It's because everybody's playing on the fucking on the phone and tablets. Oh, we got another super chat coming in.
Nice.
More story, less Baby Yoda. Overexposure. Nah. No less Baby Yoda. Just less crappy episodes. That's the thing. Maybe that's not fair to say. I don't think the episodes were crappy. Just less pointless episodes.
I mean, if they're gonna have Baby Yoda in there, I'm cool with it. Because I think that's one of the things that helped bring a lot of the fractured fan base back together because it's something that you recognize.
Yeah.
But for the love of God, do something with Baby Yoda.
I was talking to Danny the night the last episode released, and Danny kind of called me out going like, I think you're wrong on this one. It was a great episode. And I'm like, well, let me ask you a series of questions then. I'm like, do we know anything about Baby Yoda? No. Do we know anything about what happened in this great purge of Mandalore or Mandalorians? No. It's like, do we know why the Empire wanted Baby Yoda? Do we know what this guy like? There's so many questions that they asked in the first 3 episodes, but we're taking time out of that to go to Tatooine and do this job for a Twi'lek. It's like I don't mind if you answer some of those questions while you're at it, But,
right, and as far as I know, Baby Yoda still has a tracker somewhere on him.
Yeah.
So why haven't we taken care of that yet?
Yeah, so I don't understand. Like, there should be all these bounty hunters after Baby Yoda, right?
Exactly.
So I don't mind if you're going like planet to planet, like each episode's a new planet with a new adventure. If you progress the story as you're doing it, they're not doing that.
No.
A quick 2-sentence of explaining why the Mandalorian was on that freighter in this past episode would have done fine.
With all that said, it's probably the best Star Wars I've seen in years.
I love it, dude.
I'm enjoying it like thoroughly as much as as we've critiqued it and stuff like that. As soon as an episode drops, I have it on.
Oh, same here. It's look, yeah, I'm just critiquing the critique, but bet your ass tomorrow morning is the first thing I'm fucking doing, Yep. Like, I'm still very much like Rebels was the same way. I love Star Wars Rebels. One episode we have space whales, but then the next episode something good happens. I'm just saying, like, we're kind of conditioned now with streaming services. Is if you're gonna have a streaming service show, there's a certain bar you have to reach. Like Netflix did it with Daredevil and Stranger Things, and HBO did it with Game of Thrones and all these other shows. If you're like, fuck, YouTube did it with Cobra Kai.
They knocked it out of the park with Cobra Kai.
Right, Cobra Kai was 30-minute episodes as well. I think there was like 10 or 11 episodes per season. And guess what? Each episode progressed the story. If you're going to say everybody needs to sign up for Disney Plus, then you need to make sure it's worth it, especially if you're going to have 8-episode season.
I forgot the Cobra Kai was only like 30 minutes an episode. I mean, there was so much that happened in each episode, just much longer than that. And honestly, in this last episode of Mandalorian, I was looking at my watch. I'm like, my God, am I not even halfway through yet? Yeah.
But see, that's what I'm saying. If YouTube can do a fucking shit like that, then why? Because I'm telling you right now, if the Marvel shows are like this, this is going to be a bad look for Disney Plus. You cannot do Falcon Winter Soldier where, what are they doing this week? No, that type of television was back in the 70s and 80s, man. That was like Highway to Heaven, type shit, man. It's like, we can't do that today.
No,
we can't.
And there's already talk, like, so when they announced all of the Marvel Disney Plus shows, they're like, this time it's going to be directly connected to the MCU.
Yeah.
Now there's talk about them saying, well, maybe not so much.
Yeah.
So come on. I mean, when Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was done, originally announced, they're like, yeah, this is going to tie into the MCU. And then the guy who was doing the show, not Joss Whedon, but I guess the executive producer or something, he's like, nah, I don't want to do that. And so there's no reason, if you're doing something on Disney Plus, that it cannot tie directly into the MCU. I mean, DC had, like, they made brief appearances, but I mean, Jason Todd from Titans and Hawk made quick appearance
in Crisis. Yeah.
So I mean, if they can do that, then Disney can do it, because Disney has Disney money.
Exactly. There's no excuse for it. I just feel like there's a certain standard in TV now. As much as I give Titans shit, and believe me, have you watched Titans, by the way?
I've seen it all.
Okay, so did you like first season, or did you like on the fence on it like I am?
No, I think it got better as the season went along.
Yeah,
but I did a review early on in Titans, and I basically said it was a piece of trash.
Yeah, the first season is awful, but you know what? Each episode connected and furthered the plot. You might not like the plot, but it furthered the plot.
Even though it was a hot mess and it was all over the place, it still had connection. And season two wasn't like a million times better than season one.
It was more coherent.
Yeah,
more coherent, more structured, I think.
They could have done more with Superboy, especially Superboy, and Raven isn't really Raven,
I hate what they did with Beast Boy, dude. I really hate what they did with Beast Boy.
But I mean, they're at least you can tell that they're trying.
Yeah.
And then Doom Patrol is just quirky as hell.
Yeah, but it all connects. It's not like Doom Patrol or Titans. They're like, well, this week we're taking out this villain, and then next week we completely forget everything we did the previous week. We're finding another one, because it's almost like Smallville, where it was like the freak of the week type shit. And that's fine when you have 22 episodes.
Mm-hmm. But even when Smallville, when Smallville got into season 7 or 8, especially the season where they introduced Zod, they started having things happening like baddies of the week, but there was an overarching
Yeah.
And they've continued that, through the CW, the Arrowverse. There's baddies of the weeks, but there's an overall big bad for the season.
Yeah, because even that one year when Flash was fighting the dude in the wheelchair and he was the villain. What I forget his name, but there was weeks where they were fighting like villains that have nothing to do with him, but they still talked about him to let you know that he was still relevant. How hard would it have been in this past episode to be like, you know what? I think the Empire is on me. I ain't got no money. Let me go here to do this job.
Yeah.
A quick little reference would have made it at least relevant, and so we would understand why he's there. He just shows up like and then everybody's in my comments going, well, he needs money, Rob. Well, he didn't fucking tell us that.
I know, just like a couple of lines, man. A couple of lines is all we need, and we can figure the rest out from there.
Yeah, I'm just afraid because I don't think Jon Favreau ever did TV. I know Dave Filoni did Clone Wars and Rebels, but Clone Wars was very episodic too. Like this episode would have nothing to do with that episode, and I hated that. That.
But I think you can get away with that in a cartoon more so than you
you can
in something that's live action, especially now. I mean.
Now, see, if the Dr. Aphra show comes out, because there's been a lot of rumors that it's already filming, and the creator of Dr. Aphra kind of hinted on it on Twitter. Mm-hmm. That's the type of show that you can do standalone episodes for each episode, because in the comic books, all she does is go on one adventure after another. She's just an archaeologist. Please butchered that, but that's what she does. She just goes on these little adventures. So that's the perfect format for that type of show. Well, you can't do that with like Obi-Wan. I swear to God, I will riot.
I mean, if you have to do it with the Mandalorian, I guess it's more acceptable because we don't have a deep-seated connection with the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
I mean, but especially since Ewan McGregor is going to reprise his role as Obi-Wan Kenobi, they have to handle it differently because there's people are coming in with much more that's already invested in Obi-Wan Kenobi, specifically, Ewan McGregor, because we saw more Obi-Wan Kenobi with Ewan McGregor than we ever did with Alec Guinness.
Yes.
So yeah, they have to do it in a saga format.
Yeah, I think I'll probably forgive this last episode if the next two episodes furthers the plot.
I will too.
I'll be like, well, it started off great. It was a little rocky in the middle, but it ended really fucking good. And I'll be happy. I'll be like, overall, it's a solid season. They need to work on this for season 2, but I think they'll get it. I just think like the way shows are formatted now, it's like they're almost like one giant movie just broken up in the different episodes, where this just feels like it's an episode to episode thing. But
the one thing that could save it for me, and I don't know if you noticed this in the final Mandalorian trailer, as they were panning by the stormtrooper helmets, on the ground, there was a slight sound of a lightsaber, so and it was not like in like an attack type thing. It was just like you just kind of moved it, from like one side to another, just like that type of thing.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah,
I will check it now though.
Yeah, definitely do it, because one thing that could just completely save this all for me is if they do a de-aged Mark Hamill and just have him do like a quick cameo, or just have somebody out, just far enough out of line of the sight where you can't really see who it is, Mike, but you get the feeling that that's Skywalker.
Yeah. I think we're gonna get Jedi in there at some point, because a lot of the questions that was built up in the first 3 episodes was when the Mandalorian's family was being bombed by the battle droids, like someone opened up the thing to save them. Who did that? Exactly. And like I said, for the past 3 episodes, we didn't get anything on this, So a lot of people think it might be Yoda who saved them. That might be the reason why he's so attached to the little Yoda. It
Luke. It could have been anybody.
Yeah, it could have been. Yeah, it could have been anybody. That's the stuff I want them to hit on. Hold on, we got a super chat coming in from Valhalla. Will you do a superhero film of the decade video?
Ooh,
dude, that's a lot of work, man.
Ooh,
That's a lot of work because I would have to go back and research what year is that from? 2011 or 2010 up?
2010 on.
So yeah, that's a lot of fucking work, dude.
So many great superhero films have come out in this decade, just in the MCU alone.
Yeah, that's the thing, you know. And if you're gonna do like a top 10, man,
it might be all MCU. Shit, come on, be honest.
Yeah, I think it's pretty much gonna be all MCU because I think Watchmen was before 2010.
I think it was 2006.
Yeah,
somewhere in there.
I can't see, like, I think maybe Wonder Woman might be in that list.
For sure.
But like
I would probably put Aquaman and Joker in the list.
Joker would definitely be on the list. Aquaman, look, I can have fun with that movie, and I can watch it and have fun. But that movie has some pacing and some that movie was too fucking long. That they could have cut 20 minutes of that goddamn movie
easily. But you know, Amber Heard was wet and with red hair, so I forgave it.
I'm with you 100%. That's why I went and saw it 4 times in theaters.
That's fair.
But yeah, so I mean, but see, we're talking about 10 best out of the decade. Is Aquaman really the top 10 best out of the decade?
Okay, yeah, you got me there. But Joker for sure, and Joker, I think Wonder Woman could make the cut because Wonder Woman did the impossible when the DCU EU was like being discarded.
Yep.
You know, it made like what 800 and some odd million or $1 million. That's why I think that 84 is going to make at least
$1 billion.
1.2.
And imagine if the other DC movies were good. That Wonder Woman would have easily made $1 billion. If they had the reputation of the MCU, it would have easily, because it was far better than Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel made $1 billion because of both Endgame and the MCU brand. You know,
absolutely.
I'm gonna troll everybody. I'm gonna put Captain Marvel as my number 1 of the decade.
Brie Larson will probably start following me on Twitter.
I would probably have Joker, Wonder Woman, Winter Soldier, Endgame, Infinity War, Ragnarok, Days of Future Past.
Ragnarok?
Maybe not Ragnarok. If we're talking about top 10 of the decade, probably not Ragnarok.
Yeah, Days of Future Past for sure. That was really well done.
Logan, totally forgot Logan.
Oh yeah.
See, that's a lot harder to do, man. See, I'm telling you, it's you would have to look and break everything down, and all that's going to do is cause more hate in my comment section. So,
because for everyone that you list, people are gonna be like, well, what about this one? What about this one?
Yeah,
and no, that movie was stupid. You know, I mean, if I made a list, you know, and I listed Aquaman, so many people would probably comment, Aquaman was a retarded movie. You're a fucking idiot.
Yep, but if you left it off, they'll be like, "How come we didn't put Aquaman on there?"
Exactly. So you can't freaking win, man. You can't.
It's funny. I'll do a video about DC, and they'll be like, "Oh, you're a DC dick rider," and then when I do about Marvel, "Oh, you're a Marvel dick rider." I was like, "Which one am I, guys? Which dick do I ride on? I just need to know."
Can't I just enjoy like superhero movies?
Yeah, like I got equal amount of Marvel and DC stuff behind me. Okay, if it kills me, man. It kills me.
It's like they want you to choose a team, man.
Yeah, that's the way our culture is now. That's going right back to the toxicity of Star Wars. Why can't we just love Star Wars? Doesn't mean you have to love everything in Star Wars. You can hate Last Jedi, but if you love Star Wars, look at the positive. That's the thing. People focus only on. They want you to draw a line in the sand, dude. You're either on this side or you're on the other side.
Yeah. So if you for like here's an example. It's not Star Wars, but here's an example of the toxic society we live in. Okay, I am a huge Marvel fan. I've seen every single film like more times than I can count, except for Captain Marvel. I've only seen it once.
Mhm.
So I pre-ordered my Captain Marvel tickets, and then Brie Larson started shooting her mouth off. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I posted on Twitter, I screen captured, I canceled my tickets, and this is why. I got lit up because I chose to not see a movie because I did not appreciate what Brie Larson was saying. And
I've done that. Not with Marvel movies, but there's been movies where I've done that. What was the one most? Oh, Us. I did that for Us.
yeah,
Because I loved Get Out, right?
Jordan Peele, right?
Yeah, Jordan Peele, like, dude, I love him as a director. I love his comedy. I loved Get Out. I thought Get Out, the social commentary he said it, loved it, right? And then it came out right before Us came out that he did this thing at a college event, right, promoting the movie. He's like doing a Q&A, and someone asked him like, will you ever cast a white lead? Yep. And he's like, no, I'm not gonna do that. I already seen that movie. I want to cast people like black people in the lead, right? And to me, I felt like, I don't mind if you do that, just don't say it.
Yeah, but I mean, still that mentality is damaging, because if everybody thought that, like, from the dawn of cinema, you would never have like an amazing franchise, at least in my opinion, like Lethal Weapon.
Yeah,
you wouldn't have Danny Glover up against Mel Gibson, and a buddy cop franchise. There's so many examples of this, and so I completely reject what he says.
Yeah, he has cast white people in his movies. Get Out had white people, Us has white people. I'm not saying he doesn't, but the question was in a lead role, and he said no. That's very firm, saying no, I will never do that. That's not fair. What if what if you're a white kid who looks up to Jordan Peele, like, man, I really want to be casted in one of his movies, right? But he said he'll never do it, right? And people can say, well, Martin Scorsese doesn't cast black people in lead roles. Yeah, but Martin Scorsese doesn't come out and say, I'll never do it either.
No.
That's a very firm stand going. He could have easily just said, well, I really like what I'm doing now. That's sort of the way I'm focused. But no, he came out and said, I will never. It's like to me, that rubbed me a little wrong, and I still haven't seen Us. And I didn't go, I had passes the Halloween Horror Night all year. I went 8 times, never even went on the Us house. I'm like, I still like him as a comedian. I like him as a director. I will support him. I just don't want to go see that movie for that reason.
I'm with you.
So I get your thing with Captain Marvel and Brie Larson. She came out and said that. You're like, that rubbed you the wrong way, so you didn't want to see the movie. So, I mean, there's been other examples, like when Mel Gibson run his mouth for a couple things, I'm like, well, I'm not going to go see that, So,
yeah. But I mean, so I'm not saying that an actor or a musician or a celebrity has to keep their politics private. They're people too. They can say what they want, but they have to realize that their platform is much bigger than yours or mine.
Yeah.
So their words are going to alienate a lot of people really fast if they say the wrong thing, and they're going to have to deal with those repercussions.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, if he would have came out and cleared it up, I would have been fine. At least Brie Larson tried to clear it up. I think she made it worse, but at least she tried. But Jordan Peele never commented on it after that. It was just people just forgot about it. And my friend Adam went and saw Us, and he asked me if I was going to see it. I'm like, no, I'm not going to go see it. I'm not saying I'm never going to see it. Maybe one day I'll watch it on DVD or something. It just, I have no eager to see it, man. I don't,
Nah, me neither. I mean, and I to be honest with you, I'll probably never watch Captain Marvel again. I went to go see it because I have a YouTube channel, essentially. That's it. And when I went to go see it, everybody was saying, "Oh, it's full of feminist jargon. It's SJW." It really wasn't.
It wasn't.
That was all hype, and it was just a very poor Marvel movie.
To me, it was like low tier average. Was nothing special. Wasn't nothing bad either. It's your average movie.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't the absolute worst movie I've ever seen before, but I mean, it wasn't on par with even like Iron Man 3.
Yeah.
Iron Man 3, while it made like a buttload of the box office, it's definitely not the best Iron Man movie.
No, I agree with that. To me, Captain Marvel, like the Phase 1 movies were still better than Captain Marvel.
Sure.
It was fine. Like, do I have it load up and watch it all the time? I think I've seen the movie twice in theaters and maybe one time since it's been on Blu-ray. And that's mostly because I do this YouTube channel. I got to talk about this sort of thing.
I have the AMC Movie Pass. I pay $20 a month, and I can see 3 movies a week in any format I want. I could see it 3 times if I wanted to, and it's not going to cost me any more than my monthly subscription. But I don't wanna.
Yeah. Oh, we got a super chat coming in from Valhalla again. Would Captain Marvel exist if Wonder Woman didn't happen? That's the easy answer. I don't think so.
I mean, I think Captain Marvel would have eventually existed, but I think Captain Marvel was a direct response to Wonder Woman's success, and they failed to. Okay, they exceeded Wonder Woman's box office, but they did not match her critical acclaim.
No. Because there was one, like you said, there was a lot of baggage going into it, and the movie, I don't know. Wonder Woman felt like a Richard Donner Superman film. Like, it felt like,
yes,
yeah, it had this charm and this heart to it. Where Captain Marvel, a lot of people are like, Brie Larson, she can't act. She looks like this. Well, I'm like, well, she's acting like that on purpose, guys. Like, she lost her memory. She was trained by these aliens that have no emotion. That's the reason why she's acting like that. But the movie was still void of character. To me, the only person that brought character in that was Ben Mendelsohn's character as the Skrull. Like, he was the only one that kind of lighten it up and have that fun with it. Where Wonder Woman felt like this wonderful fish out of the water, bright-eyed girl and whatnot. And like, a lot of people give the third act a lot of shit. I like the third act. I think the villain CGI didn't look all that great, but
overall, it was still okay.
Yeah,
and it's funny that you mentioned Richard Donner, because there was some expo and Richard Donner literally passed the baton to Patty Jenkins because her all-time favorite superhero is Superman.
Yeah,
and she made a lot of nods to the Richard Donner film.
Yeah, in that movie.
Yeah, like
the whole alleyway scene.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. And that's why I really, really like that movie. I'm a massive fan of the first 2 Superman movies, and I love Wonder Woman. Should have made more money than it did. It really should have. But
if 84 comes out and it does what I hope it does, then I'm fully on board with Patty Jenkins for Man of Steel 2 with Henry.
Yeah, hell yeah. She was supposed to direct Thor 2.
Was she?
Yeah, she was supposed to direct Thor 2, and she backed out of it, and that's why Natalie Portman got all pissed off and didn't come back for the 3rd movie.
Well, that's good for DC, because I mean, the thing is, Patty Jenkins is very passionate for DC Comics. She always has been.
Yeah.
And, it's probably good that she didn't do Thor: The Dark World, because she may not have been as passionate for the character she was for Wonder Woman, and definitely would be for Superman. If she got to write and direct Superman, being a fan since she was a little girl, who knows? This could be the all-time greatest Superman movie we've ever seen.
Yeah.
Because I do believe Henry Cavill has it in him.
He does. He wants to. Warner Brothers won't do it. Well, like even Christopher McQuarrie, dude, like he worked with Henry Cavill on Mission Impossible. They came up with a whole treatment, gave it to Warner Brothers, and like, no, we had no plans of doing a Superman movie. Like, why? It's Superman.
You cannot establish establish the DC film universe without Superman. It all is on his shoulders.
Yeah, he's arguably the top character. It's either him or Batman. It's one of the Trinity for sure, but
Yeah.
But like you can't you can't, dude. You need Superman. You really do. And this whole reboot shit and recast shit, like, dude, why? When you have the guy who wants to do it, and fans want to see him do it. I don't get it.
I think we're going to see him in Black Adam. I truly do.
Yeah, there's been a lot of hints toward that.
So maybe they're just playing this, close to the vest. I hope, because Henry Cavill, he dived, or he dove deep into the comic books and the history of Superman, so he knows the character at its core. And my God, if every actor would actually do the research for their character, especially in comic book movies, we would have a lot of legit movies.
You'd be surprised how many actors don't even want to touch it. Tobey Maguire was that guy.
Yeah.
Tobey Maguire's like, I'm not reading a Spider-Man comic.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care about Spider-Man. I'm not reading a Spider-Man comic. Right?
It was a paycheck. That's what it was.
Well, and then you could tell when you get someone like Andrew Garfield who's in there, who's an actual hardcore Spider-Man fan. Like, he enjoyed doing it. You can see when actors enjoy doing it, man. And I think,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, I've noticed over the past year or so, people talk all kinds of shit on Andrew Garfield's performances, Spider-Man, and aside from the second movie, I really, as far as Electro, the villain goes, I really enjoyed Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man.
Yeah, Amazing Spider-Man 2 is my favorite live-action Spider-Man. But I hated the Electro stuff. I hated what they did with that character. It was awful. But the chemistry between Peter and Gwen, dude, it was so good, man. It was so great.
It was so good to see Peter with somebody other than Mary Jane after 3 freaking films.
But yeah, and the thing was, like you go back even in the first Sam Raimi Spider-Man. Like Tobey Maguire and Kirsten Dunst didn't have that type of chemistry like Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone had.
No.
Like you don't buy it, man. You just don't buy it. I don't know.
And when Gwen is falling and she he catches her, but it snaps her neck. I mean, it was like a heartbreaking moment, man.
Yeah, dude. It's like I always make fun of the Tobey Maguire stuff because like when Uncle Ben dies and stuff and he's trying to cry, he looks like he's either trying to cry or he's got to take a shit. Where when Andrew Garfield cries in the Spider-Man movie, dude, he fucking wrecks your soul.
Yeah, he does.
Like,
I remember when the first Spider-Man movie came out and everybody was talking about that upside down kiss. I'm like, come on.
Yeah. It's not even practical.
No, I mean we're basing the merits of a superhero movie on a kiss scene.
Yeah. And the thing is, I don't care if you don't like the Amazing Spider-Man movies, but you gotta at least give props when props is due. Like if you could like the Raimi movies better, that's fine. You know, but like try to be fair when you're doing it. You can't sit there and tell me Kirsten Dunst did a better job than Emma Stone.
No,
hell no. Just Mad 1306 comes in with super chat. Top 3 well-known heroes in the world are Batman, Superman, and Spider-Man. Yeah, I'll put Wonder Woman at too. That Wonder Woman, but I always say the Trinity are probably the most popular. Spider-Man probably coming in 4th, but Spider-Man is Marvel's top hero.
Yeah, but I mean the Trinity are the oldest.
Yeah.
I believe the oldest known superheroes.
I think Captain America is older than Wonder Woman, though.
Maybe by just a bit.
Yeah, because they all came around. They all came out during World War II.
Yeah, Superman was 38. Batman, I think, was a year or 2 after that, and Wonder Woman was in the early 40s. So yeah. So Cap and Wonder Woman were probably right around the same time.
Around the same time, yeah. You're probably right. Wonder Woman
but
probably. Over.
Supes and Batman came out before all of these mofos.
Yeah. And Batman came about because of Superman.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, he's popular. Can you give us another one, like a darker one? And that's when whatchamacallit ripped off the other guy. What's the name? Bob Kane? Yeah.
Bob Kane, yeah.
Yeah, he completely ripped off his partner, never gave him credit for shit.
Yep. And then Shazam came out around the same time.
Yeah, Shazam.
And for quite a while, Captain Marvel was actually outselling Superman.
Yep. And then that's what caused the lawsuit. And then eventually DC got the rights to it, and then it's just a whole thing, man. There's plenty of documentaries on it though.
There's a great documentary on DC Universe.
Yeah. On the DC Universe app?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know the one I own on DVD is on Amazon Prime Video. It's like the history of superheroes or whatnot, and they kind of go through all the old Golden Age stuff.
This one is specifically about Shazam on the DC Universe app.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've seen it twice. It's actually really good. It goes all the way up to the Shazam movie.
Oh, I did go in the Us house. I don't remember that. I was drinking.
Things happen.
Yeah, that's right. I did go in the Us house. I don't know. I drank a lot of alcohol that night. Well, damn. Now I kind of feel like a hypocrite for lying. Well, if I don't remember, it didn't happen.
Hey, man.
I know I didn't see the movie though.
That you remember.
that I remember. I mean, when I get too much alcohol, man, I don't know what happens after that.
You might wake up in cold sweat and be like, "Holy crap! I did see it. Damn it! I've got to retract all my YouTube videos."
Yeah. Geez, I don't even know what the fuck I'm gonna do a video on tomorrow. Oh yeah, I do. Mandalorian. Duh.
Oh yeah, there it is.
I don't even think I'm gonna do a video for Thursday because I'm gonna be doing that huge Rise of Skywalker review after. So
yeah.
I got Adam coming over. I gotta set up like a desk and something, but yeah, so that's probably gonna be like a whole thing, and so I don't even think I'm gonna do a video that day.
No, that's gonna be a big ordeal, man.
It is. I got like set up multi cameras and run shit, dude. It's fucking crazy, man. It like people like you think it's easy, like you have someone come over, you guys just share cameras, but like, I'm a pretty big dude, so it's hard to get us in frame. So I have like multiple cameras and then trying to run the live stream at the same time, man. It gets kind of complicated.
No, you got to have you got to set up like my friend and I, Chris Knight, we're actually building a studio in his basement. So we're going to do multi-camera angles, and we're trying to find more YouTubers in Kansas City. But here in the Midwest, at least Kansas City, Missouri, there aren't a whole lot of YouTubers because we want to have like at least one or two other people that we could actually do live streams with and just bounce things off.
Yeah.
But that is the best way to do it. And you do the multi-camera angles. You got to do like
well, you can do all that OBS easily.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
you can even do it all with webcams. You don't even need
I'm using a Logitech 920.
Yep,
and it's clear as hell, dude. It's like really good. So I bought an extra one. And that way, when I have guests over, I can set one up there, one up here, and then I can switch with an OBS. You can use hotkeys, so you can turn your number pad into like a switchboard, so you can swap back and forth with cameras, or you can run both cameras at the same time. So it's easy. I've been using StreamYard a lot because it's quicker to set up sometimes, and I do a lot of like having you on and Danny on. But I'm probably just going to use straight OBS on Thursday, especially if he's going to be over here. But yeah, it's an ordeal. I'm going to have all day to set up, but yeah.
Have you invested in an Elgato Stream Deck yet?
No, because I don't know what they do. I don't understand what they do.
I've had two of them. I have the 15 key right now, and so like in OBS, like you press a button and you program it to like switch scenes automatically, or
Yeah.
you can trigger things that pop up on the screen, or there's a play button if you're doing a reaction to if you have multiple screens. If you have YouTube on one screen in full screen, you can press play on the Elgato Stream Deck and it'll play it. Hit it again, it'll pause it.
Yeah,
There's so
because
much you can do with it.
I seen the box and it has like different images on the button, so I didn't know if they were like specific things, or I could just hotkey it to whatever I want. Like if I want to press a button and it does an intro, or if I hit a button, okay. So I was thinking about investing in it because come March when Adam moves in with me, I want to start producing like a live show nightly, and I'm going to have to. I'm probably gonna have to invest into a better computer. Because mine has 8 gigs of RAM. It's just not fast enough for the memory. I'm gonna need the up it because I bought the Elgato Cam Link and it's just choppy. The image is choppy when I stream. It's just my computer's not good enough to run the Cam Link.
Yeah, I would say 16 gigabytes is probably good.
Yeah. That's what I'm trying to upgrade into right now. We got a super chat coming in from Glenn. What did you guys think of the live action Aladdin movie? I didn't see it. I don't plan on seeing it anytime soon. I didn't like the idea of Will Smith as the genie.
I love Will Smith. Let's not misquote me here. But I don't think anybody can take the place of Robin Williams as the genie.
Yeah. I agree with you 100% on that. To me, Aladdin, I was curious about it, but I was skeptical about it at the same time. It's like I like Guy Ritchie, but I'm like, Guy Ritchie doing Aladdin, And then I like Naomi Scott because she was in Power Rangers. I think she's gorgeous. But like I couldn't see Will Smith as the genie. Then that first trailer came out. We were all horrified at the genie, And then I'm like, well, I think this is gonna be one of the things where I just wait on the sideline and see what people think about it. And it came out and it made $1 billion, but people were saying like, well, Jafar wasn't intimidating and this and that. And I'm like, I don't think I need to go see this,
Yeah. And I think we're reaching the point, especially when it comes to Disney, that it doesn't. It's just going to be an assumption that the film is going to make $1 billion. That doesn't. Originally, early on, like a couple of years ago, if a film hit $1 billion, I mean, holy crap, it was a good film. Now that doesn't mean shit, really.
Yeah, nowadays it don't. Not with Disney, the way they market for the whole worldwide audience now.
Yeah.
Like I didn't see Dumbo this year. I didn't see Maleficent. I didn't see Frozen 2. I didn't see Toy Story. I saw my Marvel movies because I'm a fan and I do a YouTube channel about Marvel and DC and stuff. And I saw Lion King because I was a massive Lion King fan as a kid, and I was disappointed with it, man.
It's like I've heard that. Yeah, I didn't see it, but I don't want to either.
It costs more than the original, but the original has more heart and is better.
Yeah.
Like Scar was not intimidating. Like you don't have the facials. Like my all-time favorite Disney movie is Beauty and the Beast. I love that movie to death. And when I went and saw the live action, I was pissed.
Even though Emma Watson is perfect.
I love Emma Watson. She's a great Belle, but they tore that storyline to shit, man. They made Belle a fucking whore because in the original movie, she did not know they were cursed. She fell in love with him because she fell in love with him. In this movie, they tell her that he's cursed. They're like, yeah, we're all cursed, It's like, so when she falls in love with him and she's falling in love with him because she wants the guy, or is she really, they ruin it by that. And then the music that they added into it, the scene that it was like so out of place. I like Luke Evans, but I didn't like him as Gaston. It's just. I was so mad by that movie.
Disney needs to stop the live action remake shit.
They do. They really do.
Disney is better than that. I mean, if you go back to even the late 90s, but especially the early 90s, Disney was firing on all cylinders, man.
Yeah.
I mean, everything was good. Everything was gold. And they need to rediscover who they were.
Yeah.
They're just trending too fast.
And look what they're doing with Little Mermaid, dude.
Like Little Mermaid is like one of my all-time favorites.
Yeah, that's the one I seen the most because my sister was a massive fan of it. You know, because we had the VHS as a kid, right? Like I understand. She's a mermaid. It's a fictional character. Doesn't matter if you're white or black. I don't care either way who they cast. I'm just gonna be honest. I don't care who they are. Yeah. But what if you're a fan of the Little Mermaid and you wanted your whole life to say, "Ooh, I wonder what a live action Little Mermaid would be." You wait your whole life and they cast someone who doesn't look anything like Ariel.
What about ginger representation, man?
Every ginger gets recast by an African American actor. That's the Hollywood rule right now. Everybody, you can name everybody. Jimmy Olsen, Iris West, everybody, just literally everybody.
That's messed up because there's nothing better than gingers.
Oh, dude, I'm with it, dude. Redheads, oh man, my kryptonite, man, my kryptonite. Valhalla Erickson comes in with a super chat. Amazing Spider-Man Aunt May had more personality. I agree with that too. Well, that's because the Tobey Maguire Aunt May played like a real old school, like 60s, you know, grandma pretty much, you know.
Yeah, she was like seconds away from being in a nursing home.
Right.
But I mean, if are we talking about like all Aunt Mays? Because I really like.
He's talking about. I like Marissa Tomei too, but the problem is she doesn't feel like Aunt May. Like she's literally flirting with every fucking person she sees, man. They made her into a floozy.
Yeah.
I love Marissa Tomei. Like her as an actress, I love her. You know, but I just and like even if they try to go the Ultimate Spider-Man comics route, where that Aunt May is much younger and hipper, she still wasn't like trying to suck everybody's dick.
I agree, but I mean, I for the most part, I enjoyed the fresh take on the character because you went from nursing home Aunt May to Sally Field, who was, you know, quite a bit younger than that Aunt May, to Marissa Tomei, that is like the doable Aunt May, you know.
And then the reboot's going to be Aunt May in diapers.
Aunt May the college years, yes,
right.
But so yeah, I hear you.
No, they just haven't given her nothing really much to do, you know? Like she's flirting with Tony, she's flirting with Happy. It's like let her be the support, you know? Like she doesn't seem like she's heartbroken by Uncle Ben at all. Like she's already trying to get in a threesome with Happy and Tony. It's like you know, nothing against Mr. Tomei or her performance. I just think the writing is bad. They're giving her bad writing.
Well, I think, yeah, I agree, but I think one of the disconnects with the Marissa Tomei Aunt May is that we never saw Uncle Ben.
Yeah,
at all.
Yeah, we don't even know how long it's been since Uncle Ben passed.
No, so, we just went into the movie and there was Aunt May. There was no Uncle Ben.
Yeah,
so.
it could have been like 5 years ago. You know, maybe that's why she's like so flirty. Or maybe it was like a year ago and she just moves on really fast.
Exactly.
But yeah,
she's got to get hers.
Yeah, that's a lot of my problems with the new Spider-Man. I love the actors involved. I love Tom Holland. I love everybody. It just, man, sometimes I don't understand what they're doing in those damn movies. The crossovers are great. He was great in the Avengers and Civil War movie, but like his standalone movies, man, they're like all over the fucking place.
I just love Underoos.
Right. Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah. Mysterio was awesome.
Yeah, he was.
But yeah, and I really do like Tom Holland. I just don't like the fact that that his suit had to come from Tony Stark.
That's my problem too. That's why I like the end of Far From Home, like the last hour, because he was actually doing stuff for himself. Like he was making his suit and stuff. Like that's what Peter Parker does. Yep. Like in the first movie, it was all about like, you know, the protocols in the suit, and the suit. It felt like watching Iron Man Jr. Whereas like in the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, I'm sorry I keep bringing up that. It's like you see him doing stuff with his web shooter to try to stop Electro. Like he's tinkering with stuff, you know. He comes
in the first one, he was in his room and he was you know, doing all of this stuff, and he was legitimately creating his gadgets.
Yeah, and that's what Spider-Man is, and they're trying to. I don't know, man. I don't know. They're making it for millennials, I guess, where you don't have to build anything. Everybody comes to you now.
Apparently, but I mean, Spider-Man does not need anyone to build his stuff other than, himself. Unless we're talking about like the Iron Spider suit, but we didn't even need the Iron Spider suit this soon.
Yeah, and in the comics, he got the Iron Spider-Man suit because he was working with Tony Stark in the comics at that time.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, hey, Peter, you're Spider-Man, so here's this new suit. It wasn't like that. That's how it was in the movie. It was like, at the end of the first movie, here's Iron Spider suit. It's just, yeah.
I know. See, the MCU has some L's. It's got to take some L's.
Oh, it does.
But they've done a lot of great stuff, but I mean, they've made a lot of big mistakes, and I don't know, man. Just I have like you, I have so many issues with the two Spider-Man movies, and most MCU fans, hate it when I say this, but I'm really looking forward to Spider-Man reverting back to Sony.
Dude, when that deal broke through and Sony got dude, me and my buddy Adam were so fucking happy. We're like, yes, we're finally gonna get good Spider-Man again. Because say what you want about Spider-Man 3 or the direction of Electro and Amazing Spider-Man 2, they captured the essence of what made Peter Parker Peter Parker. Yep. Where I don't think they figured that out in this one. Like they everything is handed to him. He doesn't fight no obstacles. I just don't like it, man. And Robert Meyer Burnett really came out, and when Homecoming came out, and he's like, I don't like this movie at all. It's like he's not doing nothing that Spider-Man should do. And it's like, yeah. And it kills me when you see all these critics on YouTube going, these are the best Spider-Man movies we ever got. I was like, are we serious? No. This is not even Spider-Man.
No. Yeah, I know. But these are the critics that obviously have no history with comic books.
Yeah.
Know your source material before you critique the movie, please. Especially when we're talking about legendary characters that have entertained generations.
Yeah. I have no problem with them, reinventing the character for a younger audience. That's what they did with this character. Sure. But like in the Ultimate Comics, they reverted Peter back to a teenage kid in high school, but he was still smart figuring out his own shit. He didn't have Daddy Tony there or Happy to lead him through the whole thing, telling him what to do. He had to figure shit out for himself. But yeah, I just don't feel like they captured the essence of Peter. And I was really hoping that Sony, unfortunately, the contract's only for 2 films, one more Spider-Man movie and one more crossover movie. So I'm hoping if that happens, Sony just gets it back and they can do whatever the fuck they want with it, man.
I think Sony is going to do that because Disney wants Spider-Man too bad. And I think Sony's holding out for like a gigantic paycheck.
Sony don't need Marvel anymore.
No, they don't. They showed them the blueprints on how to make a successful Spider-Man movie.
And I would argue the fact that I don't think Sony needed them in the first place. Regardless of what you think about Amazing Spider-Man 2, it still made a shitload of money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I mean, they've showed them how to make $1 billion Spider-Man.
That's the thing. They got that MCU name, and they put him in a couple movies to cross them over, and they know how to make the $1 billion now.
Because the average going movie or the average movie going audience aren't like you and I. When the new Spider-Man movie comes out that is in the Sony universe, people are going to see Tom Holland and they're going to think, oh, it's the new
MCU. Yeah.
You know, so it's just going to be like that, and they're gonna make all the monies. And but you and I and people like us, we're gonna be like, oh nope, this is Sony, and this is their world now. But still, I'm gonna go check it out.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. Well, I think I'm gonna. I really don't want to get off because there's like 90-some people watching, but
I know, man. After 3 hours.
Yeah. Fuck. Like normally, dude, I barely break 50 lately. Like I've been streaming like every day for the past week. barely make 50. You know, I used to have like 150, and then slowly like people started falling off, and now I got like 91 people, and I'm like, dude, I don't want to get off, but I'm kind of tired, but I'm off tomorrow. I don't fucking know. I don't know.
I hear you.
And the super chat's been pretty good today. Have you went up any subscribers since?
Let me check.
Mando.
Yeah, I am at, well, YouTube is kind of off, but it says I'm at we're 1,590 something.
Do you have the app on your phone?
Yeah.
The YouTube Studio app?
Yeah, let me check that.
Because that always gives me the accurate number where like the website doesn't. Hey guys, I just put Shaun's YouTube channel in the comments. If you guys jump over there and subscribe to him. But yeah, so I'll click on this and it gives me the accurate number.
So 1,593. Nice.
What were you at before we started streaming?
Well, it's really weird because I cracked 1,590, and then all of a sudden I lost 10 subscribers like out of nowhere.
Yeah, I heard my buddy Nick told me sometimes there's an upload glitch where like you upload a video and then for some reason you like lose like 10 or 15 subscribers, and then like in a day or two they'll come back. It's
really?
like yeah, it happened to me a couple times. But I lost 40 subscribers last week just on that fucking Mandalorian video. Like people just unsubscribed because they hated my opinion.
Man, what are you gonna do? But no, yeah, I've actually gained quite a few subscribers just from being on your show the couple of times, man. I appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, no problem, man. I like having good conversations with people. I'm trying to get Danny at that damn 1,000. Like I've been grinding with Danny, man, for a while. You know, I'm like, come on, Danny, man. You gotta be more enthusiastic, Danny. I'm like, I don't care if you have to look in the mirror and pump yourself up, man. Just get in here, you know. And then he's like,
I love him.
He's like, I can't do it, man. I can't do it. I'm like, that's fine, dude. You'll work up to it, man. You'll work up to it.
Yeah, he's very knowledgeable, and so I've started having introducing him to some of the people that I've streamed with, and getting him hopefully getting him closer, helping getting him closer to that 1,000. And I'm not sure what his watch time's at, but hopefully it's pretty close too, because
yeah,
we need to get the man monetized.
Yeah, and what's working in his favor too for his channel is the fact that he has like he watches all the shows.
Yeah,
like stuff I can't do. He's at 988, so he's like what 12 away.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, guys. There's 90 people watching. Okay. I'm going to put his thing in here. I want this man to wake up to 1,000 subscribers. Okay. This is Danny's YouTube channel.
He's at 12 people, man.
12 people. If 12 of you guys subscribe, I want this motherfucker to wake up at 5 o'clock to go to work and see that he cracked 1,000. Come on, guys. It's Christmas. Let's do something nice for somebody. There's 80-something people watching. Guys, go over to this link. Subscribe to this man's channel. Come on. Please do it for me. Let's make someone happy this season. Okay?
Couldn't happen to a better dude. Danny is always cool.
He's a nice guy. He puts himself on the line for everybody at his job, man. You know, he works in law enforcement, just help the guy out. It's Christmas, everybody help each other out. But yeah, the one thing I do want him to work on though is his thumbnails, man. He's got to work on his thumbnails.
Yeah.
You can't put a picture of his face like this. It's like because it's like if you're gonna go buy something in a store, it's like you want to buy what's appealing, right? You're not gonna buy like.
Yeah, and I understand, like not having much experience with photo editing software, but I mean, there are some free apps out there. There's some stuff that you can download on your phone and do it.
Yeah.
There are options, that will help beginners make decent thumbnails.
Oh yeah, there's definitely something. Like even if he just has to put like a Google image up there, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Like if he's talking about the Flash, just put a picture of the Flash and put, you know, comic chat reviews or whatever, dude. It's just that way you get an idea of what you're talking about. You know, you can't just put a picture of your face. Like me, I tried to do that with my channel. Like I'll put like I'll do like this nice thumbnail, like a collage and everything. But if it doesn't have my face on it, people won't watch it because they don't think it's me. You know?
Yeah, I really like your thumbnails, man. The way that you blend the images together is pretty tight.
Yeah, drunk 3PO is like, how do you do that? I'm like, well, I go in the movie studio, I just put two pictures together, and then I cookie cutter one out and just feather it to make it blend like that, you know. But that's something that I just like. It was the evolution of my thumbnails, you know, because one time it was just pictures of me with like blocky pictures on the side, and then I came across Comic Explained, and I don't know if you ever watched Comic Explained videos, but he has like comic art and it blends into black and he has words. I'm like, how the fuck does he do that blending thing? So then I tried it, and then I did one side me and one side with the blended picture, and then that's sort of the way it came out. But
that's awesome.
Yeah, you just gotta kind of work and see what what works. He's at 990. 10 more subscribers, guys.
Come on, guys.
10 more. 10 more, guys.
It'd make the guy's day tomorrow.
Yeah, that would make him happier and shit, man. Here's his channel. So go over and subscribe, man. And while you're at it, subscribe to Shaun too.
I'd appreciate it, yeah. But more so, make sure you subscribe to Danny. I mean, the dude deserves it. He grinds and grinds and grinds.
Trust me, I know the grinding and not going nowhere. Believe me, man. You know, I'm finally, luckily for me, because I've been on YouTube since the dawn of YouTube. You know, I was on a different channel. I got that channel messed up. Like I got demonetized on that channel, so I had to create a new channel and start from scratch. Yeah, like I had I started when YouTube, like basically the first year YouTube came out. You know, I just did like random crappy videos, and I had like 5,000 subscribers, and then I got demonetized for copyrights. And I could appeal it, but then my friend's like, dude, why don't you just create a new channel, you know, and just start fresh now that you have the knowledge. So I did. And dude, I was sitting at 2,000 subscribers for like 4 years, man. And then Black Panther came out, dude, and it went up like that. So you never know that one video that's going to do it, man.
No, that's absolutely,
you never know.
Absolutely true. You got to keep the grind.
Yeah, I went. Yeah, I went from doing like a video once a week to doing like 2 a day plus a live stream.
Yeah,
I'm at the point now. It's just another job, but I have fun doing it.
It's a fun job, and you can't. There's so many YouTube channels out there right now to choose from, so you can't like go more than like a day or two without uploading a video.
That's the thing, man.
You got to stay relevant.
Some people are like, Rob, why don't you take a couple of days off? Well, I can't, because if I go 2 or 3 days without doing it, if it's not in the current rotation, then it'll stop showing up on some people's subs. Like I subscribe to a lot of people, right? And I'll have my friend Adam say, hey, did you see my video on X-Men? I'm like, no. And I look, and it never showed up on my feed, even though I'm subbed, because he only uploads like once a month. So that's the way the YouTube algorithm goes. And another reason why I don't want to skip a day is because you never know that one day, whatever video you could have done could have been the video that blows up.
Exactly. I know some people that on the weekends they'll shoot like 5 or 6 videos for the entire week, and then they'll schedule them to go out each day. Well, what happens if like this huge news bomb drops, and you're not around to cover it? By the time you get around to covering it, it's already been covered.
That's the thing. I have a friend that told me, is like, because I told him what my work schedule is and how I don't have time to like play games or read comics as much anymore because I'm doing this all the time. And he's like, well, why don't you just sit and film like a couple days out? And I'm like, I tried that. And guess what? The next day, something big happened. And then I had to film a video. So the video I had scheduled to come out, I had to postpone it for the next day. And then something else came out. So the video I set to come out tomorrow got pushed back to like a week from now because shit constantly came out. So I was end up doing double the work at that point.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just, I mean, you have to put in the work, at the time if you really want to stay current.
Yeah, well, if you're doing like superhero news or Star Wars news, you have to stay current daily. If you're doing like my friend Cody Leach, he got into it and this dude catapulted. Like he just started. He's at like 35,000 subscribers. He started off reviewing everything. Now he's mostly just a horror movie guy, right? But he can do stuff in advance because he's just doing reviews. He's not talking about the news. But if you're doing news-based stuff like we do, you have to be up on that shit, man.
Yep, sure do, man.
Darkside Doshi says, would you want to see Fanboys 2 about the sequels? Absolutely. I would absolutely want to see it. Yeah, dude. Fanboys is one of my favorite movies.
That was a great movie.
Yeah. I think it would be great, man. It would be great. You probably can't. You probably bring back the entire cast except for the one that passed away from cancer.
Yeah.
And it would be great, especially for him. Like we're gonna go see it for him, and
they could do it in his honor. But
yeah,
oh man.
Well, let them try to break into Disney to try to steal the script for. I can see. Oh yeah, I don't know how that would work. Now that I'm thinking about it.
Because they did Fanboys when it was still owned by George Lucas. So
yeah.
I don't know how Disney would cooperate with something of the Fanboys caliber.
Yeah, Disney's real kind of anal about that. But if I had the option, I would love to see it. And if not about the sequels, I wouldn't mind them doing a sequel, doing it about Attack of the Clones, or staying in that prequel era, But yeah, I really like Fanboys. Fanboys is a great movie, especially for a Star Wars fan.
Yeah, and the rivalry between the Trekkies,
right? Oh, it would be even funnier now because JJ directed Star Trek and Star Wars, and then that would have like a whole other type of thing. So actually, I mean, it sounds like a great idea, but like you said, I just don't know if Disney would let them do that.
Nah, they're uptight, man.
Yeah, they were dicks to Star Wars Theory for his fucking fan film. Eventually it got cleared up though, but yeah, they try to demonetize and take all the money and it was never even monetized in the first place. They went in and manually monetized it so they can get the money.
Yeah. I mean, there was like I forget the piece of music that he had something made similar to it, and I kind of see where they were coming from because it was almost exact to piece, but he didn't try to monetize it.
That's the thing. Well, like if he would have monetized it and they did that to him, I could understand 100%. But if it was never monetized, for them to go in and turn it on and then do the share thing like that's just wrong. Especially when he had it already like maybe not a contract, but he had an email stating that as long as it's not monetized, he can do it.
And he paid for everything out of pocket. He talked to Lucasfilm and Disney. There was an understanding in place, and they just really stabbed in the back, man. And it's just one of the many stories about Disney that makes me cringe when I think of Disney these days.
And back when Lucas owned it, dude, you could do whatever you want with Star Wars, man. Yeah, like Lucas had a page of sound effects and stuff you can use for your videos and everything. Like Lucas was the man, dude. Because Lucas was an artist, dude. He understood the creativity and stuff.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Disney is all about the money, man. It's all about that fucking money.
It's Bob Iger, man. Maybe whoever takes over from Bob Iger, hopefully they'll be a little bit more chill. But Bob Iger is all about the bottom line.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. All right, guys. I got a bone to pick with you guys. I see 84 fucking people watching. Okay. We've been streaming for 3 hours and 28 fucking minutes. Okay. Now, why the hell aren't you guys going over and subscribing to Danny? Okay. Here's the link. Go subscribe to the man. I've been here for almost 4 hours, guys. The least you could do is go over there and subscribe to this fucking man the week before Christmas, okay? It's not going to hurt you. It really isn't. I don't even care. Look, guys, I don't care if you even watch his fucking videos. Just subscribe to the man, okay? You know, it helps encourage him to make him want to do better. You know?
Just need 9 more subs,
yeah,
guys.
nine more, man. Come on, guys. I know you guys can do it. Well, like, what can I do to encourage you guys to do it? I'll do something. You guys want me to do something on screen? I'll do it. I'll do something on screen, right? You want me to talk about a certain topic? I'll do that too. I will do whatever you want if you just help this man out and give him 9 more fucking subscribers. Okay,
and then don't subscribe or don't unsubscribe tomorrow. You know,
yeah. Don't subscribe and don't unsubscribe. Again, I don't care if you watch the videos or not. If you do, that's even better. But if you don't, that's whatever, man. Just it doesn't hurt you guys to click the subscribe button. It doesn't take money out of you. Okay, it's free. You just go subscribe. You know, it helps them out, man.
And you guys, I mean, you know, Danny, I mean, he's on this channel with Robert a lot, you know, you know, they're back and forth. So, I mean, go support him. I mean, it's just the right thing to do, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it's the holidays, the time of giving and all that stuff. Like, what's the harm of going hitting a fucking subscribe button, man? He's on this channel 3 or 4 days a week, man. Come on, someone just wrote something in the super chat. It's probably not going to show up because there's a curse word in it. Talk about how Iris from Flash sucks dick. I like Iris.
I do too. I just think that she's written like poorly. But Candace Patton, I mean, she's a beautiful woman, and she's fierce. But you know, somebody needs to write her better.
Yeah, I agree with that. I like her. I think she's fucking drop dead gorgeous. I think she can act. It's just I think some of the stuff that she's told to do is and her character is really one dimensional sometimes. So I don't think she sucks dick. I just think the character could be, you know. I really liked Patty when Patty was on what was season 2 or season 3.
Barry's cop girlfriend.
Yeah, and then they just put her on a train and go or something, whatever. I forgot.
I know. And but you know, I mean, if you know the history of the Flash, it's always Barry and Iris, man.
Yeah, I know. Oh, Danny's at 993. 993, guys. Come on. He needs 7 more. For the love of God. I think that's a bad link. It's not a bad link. I just copied it right from his channel. Here, I'll put another.
I clicked on it from the chat, man.
Right there, dude. Right there. And I also got the link in the description, so that's no excuse either, man. Come on, guys. You want to see my bald head? I'll take my hat off. Come on, whatever. Just help this brother out, man. Help this brother out. I wish I could put your super chat up on the screen, Doshi, but you used the curse word, sir, so it won't show up. The name of his channel is Comic Chat. Here, I'll put it in. I don't know why you need the name of his channel. I just sent you the link. I'm giving you direct feed, guys.
He's got a big banner with Iron Man, the Flash, Batman, and Superman on the top.
Here, you know what? I'll even screen share this shit for you.
There you go.
That's what I need to do so everybody can see. I don't even know why I haven't done that yet. But there you go. See, that's Danny's channel, man. Come on, guys. Go help this brother out, man. Look at him, dude. He's right there at 993, guys. Can we please get this motherfucker up to 1,000? Come on, guys.
He's got a badass header, man. I love that header.
His header is better than mine, but I had a fan make mine. I love mine too, but dude, that's fucking legit though. That's
yours is sweet too.
Yeah, I forgot who made it for me, man. Someone messaged me like, "Hey, can I make one for you?" I'm like, "Fucking absolutely," because I fucking suck and don't have the time to do it. And then I had Rex Overdrive do my intro, which I fucking love. I hated my old intro. My old intro was so plain looking.
$9.94.
Oh, we're 6 away, guys. Come on, Merry Christmas, guys. If I had something to give away, I would give away something right now. I'll be like, here, I'll give this away if he hits 1,000. I don't have anything to give away. I'm trying to think. I don't have any digital codes to give away.
Yeah, I don't either.
Normally I do giveaways if I have something. I haven't bought nothing in a while. I've been kind of broke lately.
I've got an unopened stick of deodorant. I mean, if somebody's in desperate need, I suppose we could make that happen.
Probably Jimmy, but how would he even get it?
Oh yeah.
Jimmy needs deodorant bad. He smells like crusty Cheetos.
Oh, that's unfortunate, man.
Yeah, then they don't see Danny's thumbnails, man. He needs to fix those thumbnails.
I know. I mean, he's trying, you know. And then
he's at 5 more. He's at 95 now.
Nice.
See, this one looks really good, and this one I like both of these.
Yeah, those are good. But then he has his two tests. Oh man, I don't know if I can ever look at her face again. Yeah, some of his thumbnails are good.
Yes, so some of them are good. That's one really good.
That is really good.
I even like this one, even though it's just him and his face, but it's really good.
Yeah.
He's got some good thumbnails on here, man. He just needs to not do the straight up in the face one.
Oh, we need 4 more.
Oh, he's at 96?
Yep. Oh, 3 more.
Oh man, he's almost at it, man. This is the Robert Storms marathon or telethon. I'm sorry, telethon. And today we're trying to give kids a wish. We're giving Danny a wish, trying to get him up to 1,000 so he can finally monetize.
Somebody just literally unsubscribed.
Wow, that's a dick move. Congratulations, Scrooge.
Jesus, man.
That was a dick ass move, man.
How are you going to give the man his sub and then take it right away from him? I hope you get coal for Christmas, man. Oh, back up to 997. Maybe it was a mistake. I take it all back.
Maybe it was YouTube. It's still saying 996 on mine.
Well, let me refresh. Yeah, now it's back down to 996 again. What the? I think people are effing with us, man.
But the thing is, there's 85.
Now it's 995.
I think now they're just unsubbing on purpose.
996 again.
You can sub twice. Make a dummy account and sub. Fuck it. I'm about to make a dummy account and sub.
Jeez.
Oh, dude, I can't believe we're going backwards here. Come on, guys. There's 84 people watching. Come on. I know at least 5 people watching hasn't subscribed to this man's channel. Come on, guys.
Sure.
Really? Come on, man. You guys can help this guy out a little bit, right? Come on, guys.
It doesn't take much, guys. Come on.
We even got people in the comments asking people to do it now.
$1K. $1K.
He did it. He did it. For the love of God, just keep it there, man. Keep it there.
I'm going to screenshot that and send it to him.
Yeah, I did the same thing.
Okay, I'll let you send it if you want. That's cool. It's a beautiful thing. Beautiful.
Well, I just hope it stays that way. I don't want him to wake up tomorrow and be like,
man.
Don't tell me it went down.
Oh no. No, it says 1K. 1K.
Okay. This channel is kind of gay. I don't understand it. Well, I can't help it.
I don't understand you either, Mark Anthony.
Well, I'm sending it to him. I'm writing Merry Christmas.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So
it's hilarious that somebody would send you $2 to say this channel is kind of gay. I don't understand it.
Dude, as long as they send a super chat, I don't care if they tell me to blow my brains out.
I hear that, man. I hear that, but okay. whatever they need to do, man. It's all good.
Dude, I tell everybody like I my videos do okay, but the live streams is where the money's at. Like that's where I make my income. You know, like 80% of my YouTube income comes from the super chats. I only make like maybe $5 or $6 per video, depending on if it's big. Like if it makes like 2,000 views, I get like $6. You know, but I mean, if they want to say this channel's gay, as long as they're giving me $2, I don't give a fuck. They can call me names all they damn want.
Yeah, the money is in the super chats. I would rather have it, all done through PayPal because they take a less percentage.
Dude, I had this guy Lucifer. He comes in every once in a while and he'll donate $300. Right?
Oh,
you never know when he's gonna come around, right? And he'll donate $300. The next day, YouTube took 150 of it, man.
Yeah.
I'm like, Jesus. When I had Adam and Chris over and we did the Far From Home review live, I made $513 or some number, like 500 and something. Dude, I only brought home 240 of it.
Good God, man.
Yeah, they took a lot, man. A lot. But see, I'm fine with it. You know, I don't sweat it because a lot of YouTubers now, like Christian Harloff and whatnot, they're like, well, go to PayPal and donate, right? Because I get to keep all of it. To me, my subscribers are nice enough to donate using Super Chat. I'm not gonna tell them to go to another website to donate. You know? Sure. Because now you're telling them, well, you're not good enough to, well, you're donating, but now go to this website and donate. Like, no, that's like pushing the envelope. Like, if you're nice enough to give me a super chat, thank you so much. I get to keep half of what you're giving me. That's plenty. That's more than enough.
You don't want to come across as a greedy prick, man.
Yeah, no,
I get that.
Yeah, because all the money I get from YouTube goes right back into the channel. So. Yeah. You know, like I bought my Canon, I bought my webcam, my mics. The next thing on the docket is my computer. I want to upgrade my tower to like a 16 gig, you know. So once I get my taxes all taken care of at the first of the year, my YouTube money is all going to that.
That's cool.
Mark Anthony comes in with another super chat. Star Wars is lame. I hope Cass does better. Rob Gay. Well, you know, okay. I'm happy sometimes. I don't think Cats is going to do better. And Star Wars isn't lame. So, but I mean, hey, whatever. You're paying super chat. You can call me gay if you want. I mean, you know, have a gay old time.
That's $4, man, total.
$4 for insulting me. Bring it on.
But yeah, I hear you, man. People don't understand you know, the cost of YouTubing, you know, if you want to do it properly. Like I just this week I spent $400 on a Zoom Live Track L8 mixing USB board,
yeah, dude,
which is fantastic. And then I have a different MXL microphone coming tomorrow to replace this one. And after I ordered everything, my two studio monitors, my audio monitors started smoking. So now I'm trying to raise like $120 to get some new monitors off of Amazon because it's crazy.
Yeah, and God forbid if you buy something and it doesn't work the way you want it to work. Yeah. Like I bought when I first started, I bought the old school studio lights with the umbrellas.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because I bought the kit for like $50. That's when I was first starting, right? And I had the webcam. And then since then, I've upgraded to actual, you know, like these type of lights, you know.
Oh, nice.
So, but that costs money, but again, everything I earn, I put back in the channel. Then I bought the fold out green screen because
Is that an Elgato green screen or is it another?
No. That's just a regular fold out type.
Cool.
Yeah, I want to get the Elgato one, but it's like $150.
It's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Now you can get like an actual green screen made out of muslin for about $30, I think. And it's
I have that one in the corner.
Oh, okay.
That was the first one I had, and then I upgraded to the portable one because it comes with the stand and everything that you can hook up to it, so I can just take it up, put it behind my guest. It's easier to maneuver. But the Elgato one is like in a nice bar and it just pulls up and it's so nice. But $150, I don't have that kind of money right now, and so I bought extra equipment. Some stuff I don't even end up using. Like I bought a ring light because all the YouTube channels are like, ring lights will make your stuff look so good. Probably does if you don't wear glasses.
Right.
I put the ring light on and you can see the fucking light. It looks like I have donuts in my eyes. Rob is cute. I want to touch his bald head. Well, there you go. Have fun. And then like the Canon I bought for the kit was like $700. Then I had to pay an extra $100 for the boom mic to go on top of it.
Damn.
Then the lens I bought is $150 for it. Then the Yeti, the arm, the programs I edit on.
I don't understand, man. Like I've got a Blue Yeti that I used for the longest time. Great microphones.
Yeah.
Great microphones. And then I just decided I wanted to do XLR mics, because when you have a board, there's a lot more that you can do.
I want one of those. Well, see, here's the thing. This is why, and maybe you can help me out because I'll help you out. You help me out, man.
Sure.
Because Adam's moving into March. Okay, I want to start doing this live show, but you can't hook two Yetis, right? You need an actual. Right. You need actual mics like you have in the switcher, right? Mm-hmm. I don't know how to hook none of that up. Like, does the switcher connect to your computer? Like, how does that work?
Well, like the one I have just connects with one USB cable, so it sends the audio back and forth through the cable.
How much did it cost?
It was like $3.99.
Shit.
But here's the thing: you can get just a normal mixer that has the audio the audio cables out. You plug the out of the mixer board into the input of the computer and the out of the computer into the import of the mixer, and then you have to really kind of jack with the levels a little bit, but you can plug in that. That's what I was running before I got this, up until this week, and it worked just fine.
Damn.
Now, when you do reaction videos, you have to make sure you adjust the levels just perfectly so the sound doesn't double on the audio coming back through.
Yeah.
But on this one, it separates everything computer sound wise, so nothing will ever double.
Damn. Yeah, because I want to set up like a little desk and have two mics set up to it with two sets of headphones and two webcams on us, and do that. But you can't do that with Yeti. Even if I can somehow hook two Yetis up, right? You're gonna hear an echo from both of us. His audio is gonna come in here, and my audio is gonna go in there. Where we need two mics like you have into the board, separating the sound and combine. And I don't know how to do any of that, and I don't even know what to buy.
I'll send you in DM. I'll send you the link to the mixer I bought. If you, because there are, I believe, other USB mixers that are probably cheaper than this one. And
okay, did you get it on Amazon?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me pull it up really quick. I'll shoot it to you really quick while I'm thinking about it. Let's see, Amazon. And I mean, right now it's like literally the best investment that I've made so far. My orders. Okay, just shot you the link.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
What happened?
I'm going to show you something.
All right.
This could be good. This
All
could be
for it.
good. Jeremy John's Rise of Skywalker review, and he's got his cape back on.
Oh my god. Okay. All right. All right.
Yeah.
I'm feeling a little positive.
Yeah.
Feeling a little good, man. Feeling a little.
That makes me happy if he's got that cape on, because he's been sour for the past while, man.
I'm feeling like I just drank a little bit of Kahlua mudslide.
Yeah.
A little warm on the inside.
Okay, where did you send that link at? On
I
Twitter?
sent it to your DM on Twitter.
Okay, let me take a look at it. Yeah, because I have no idea what I was supposed to buy. Like, I'm not computer savvy at all.
I hear you, man. This thing just takes a USB 2.0 port, which your computer has, one connection, and then it has 5 microphone XLR inputs that you can plug 5 mics into.
Why does it take batteries?
In case you want to take it,
Okay.
and because it also takes an SD card, so you could actually do podcasts with this. So if you're out on location. But it also comes with the power brick. So if you're not plugged into your computer, you can plug it into the wall and not run it on batteries.
See, the thing is, I don't know what any of these buttons do.
Really, all you need to be concerned with are the faders, and there's 4 individual headphone jacks, so everybody can adjust their own volumes. And the things on the top left are where you plug in the microphones. So you can do 5 in, and other than that, man, if you got this board, I could do a video walkthrough with you. It's certainly not hard to set up.
How expensive is the mics though? I don't need top of the quality mics to start off with, just decent mics. Something like the quality.
Yeah, this one was about $60
for 2 of those. That's $120, man.
But you can get a lot cheaper, and they'll be just fine, starting out, because the better the mixer you have, the warmer it's going to make any microphone sound. And this also has your mids, highs, and lows that you can adjust on each channel. So even if it's not the best microphone, you can kind of dial it in to be the best it possibly can be. So you could get some audio Technic microphones for maybe about like $30 or $40.
Okay, what do they take? What's the name of the output that they take? Because I know these are USB. What's the name of those outputs?
XLR cables.
XLR. Okay. XLR.
Yeah, and they're pretty cheap.
Okay. So
you can get like one cable for like $5 or $6.
So I have up until March to pay my taxes. See, that's the thing. YouTube don't take taxes, so you have to pay taxes at the end of the year. I don't know how much I'm going to owe. I got to pay that, buy the soundboard, and upgrade my computer by March. Oh yeah, that's gonna be tough, man. It's gonna be tough, But I mean,
you'll knock it out. It'll be good.
I know it's gonna be worth it in the long run. It's a struggle to get to it. Like my Canon, dude. I love my Canon. Like it shoots video so well. Like you look at my webcam videos and you look at my videos with my Canon, dude. Like you can see the fucking pores in my skin. I mean, it's worth every penny, and I'm happy that I have it. But dude, it costs so much fucking money to get that fucking thing. You're sitting there, you're looking like, do I really want to drop this much money on it?
Yeah, and when you're thinking about setting up like a studio, unless you actually have like legitimate money rolling in, like and you can, like, you've got like a bunch of people who are members, supporting you, like with like $200 a month each or something like that.
Yeah,
then you can go that route. But webcams, I mean, you can even get a 4K webcam if you wanted to, but I mean 1080p is just fine.
Yeah, 1080p is fine. It really all comes down to your lighting.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you have bad lighting, it's gonna look bad. If you have like, I think my picture looks pretty good right now. Of course, if I like expect like if I do this, it probably looks a little blurry. But I mean, you know, if we have two people, you know, I care more about the sound quality when it comes to stuff like that. You know, if you hear this, it's awful, man.
Drives me nuts, man.
Yeah, it's awful. Darkside Doshi comes in with a super chat and he writes, Are you a fan of the new Halloween film? I like it. I thought it was okay. I definitely have my problems with it. I really do. I have my problems with it, but I like it overall.
I haven't seen it. I've heard it was really good.
It's really good, but they kind of go back because it's a sequel to the first one. So everything that happened in Halloween 2 doesn't count. And I'm one of the ones that was a fan of Halloween 2. So, but like the things they changed doesn't make it better, but it's still a solid movie, you know? So yeah, I mean, it's fine. It's good. There was something I was gonna say. I totally forgot the fuck I was gonna say. Yeah, I don't even know what the fuck I was gonna say. I'm probably gonna get ready to end it though, because we've been streaming
man. We've been doing 4 hours.
Yeah, so here before we end though, let me put in your YouTube channel. Guys, this is Shaun's YouTube channel. Do me a favor, jump over there, help him out, subscribe to his channel. Don't forget Danny Graham. I have both their links in the description box below, so be sure to check them out. Shaun, thank you so much for this 4-hour journey, my friend.
Oh, it's my pleasure, man.
Yeah, once I get done doing this review with Adam sometime this weekend or whatnot, I'll get on here with you, and I want to get your live thoughts too, if that's okay.
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
right.
I'm going to love talking about this movie.
All right, man. So I'm about to get off, go watch Jeremy John's review, go to bed so I can get up and watch Mandalorian. So everybody's telling me Mandalorian's up, but Autumn is sleeping out in the living room. I got to watch it on the big TV. I can't watch it on a phone.
I hear that.
So... All right, Shaun. All right, everybody. Thank you guys so much for all your super chats. Thank you for liking. Be sure to go check out Shaun and Danny's channel. And until next time, as always, I'm Robert Storms, and that's my opinion. Good night, everybody.
Night.